I'm sorry, I'm over here talking. What's up, guys? Good morning, good morning. What I was saying was that GameStop, AMC are now running this morning. My portfolio looks really nice right now. I don't know what happened between today and Monday, but maybe it's GameStop. I don't know. But my portfolio is looking really solid. Again, I don't know why. I think it could be like, remember, I bought a bunch of these dips last week, and I think those are starting to show dividends today. Not actual literal dividends, but just as a, those are starting to treat me right today, is what it is, I think. Now, I'm gonna have to go check. Hold on. Let me see. But yeah, Apple's doing really nice, but that's basically the same. AMC's up, Boeing is up, Baba's up, Chewy is up. Salesforce did do well. It did bounce back. So Salesforce is one of them. CVS did well. Delta's doing well. Ford is doing well. GameStop is doing well. Google doing well. Home Depot doing well. Honeywell is doing well. Intel is doing well. Coca-Cola, MGM, Netflix. Nike is almost flat today, which is good. Nvidia is up still. Palantir were green. Roblox were green. Shopify were still red. Snapchat were still green. Snowflake were still green. Snowflake were still red. SoFi were red. SoundHound were red. Target were very green. Tesla were green. Tyson Foods were green. Walmart were green. So yeah, something helped my portfolio a lot, but I guess it could just be GameStop. GameStop up. AMC up. Both of them are running up this morning, specifically after Roaring Kitty showed a massive position in GameStop, which was 5 million shares is what he showed. And a June 21st, 24 call option for $20. Interesting. What's up, chat? What's up, Rock, Joseph, Pra, Pawn, Dustin, Floor, Sammy, Keegan? What's up, team? Yeah, so Nvidia up to 1128 right now. So Nvidia right around lifetime highs. Can it break 1200? We'll see. GameStop up to over 40s. The Q is sitting at 453s right now. Yeah, today we have ISM manufacturing PMI also. Relevant report. We'll see what happens there. This whole week is busy. Like, today's probably the slowest day. But outside of today, we've got, number one, today we've got manufacturing PMI. The big one's ISM PMI at 10 a.m. We also have S&P Flash PMI at 9:45. So we got those today. Tomorrow, we got the JOLTS report at 10 a.m. The job report, pretty big report. Wednesday, we got non-farm employment and ISM services, as well as Flash PMI data as well. So a lot of stuff Wednesday as well. Thursday, we got jobless claims. Friday, we got non-farm employment. We have non-farm payrolls and unemployment data dropping. So every day this week is busy, including today, to be honest. We'll see what that looks like, though. But yeah, let me do a poll here, chat. Again, my portfolio, we'll see what that looks really good. Really good. I bought a couple dips, right? And those dips are treating me right. Specifically, if you guys remember, I bought Home Depot Friday. Maybe, let me see when I bought this last. I bought Home Depot. I added to it. I had a very small position that I had scaled out of along the way, and Home Depot had kind of pulled back enough for me to justify buying some more. And so, yeah, on the 25th, actually, is when I bought into Home Depot. No, I'm sorry. On the 30th is when I bought into Home Depot. So that was Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, I added to Home Depot. I have an average price of Home Depot at 327s. It ripped up to 335s. Intel is all. We are green on our Intel trade somehow. Coca-Cola, we're green. Honeywell, we're green. Gold, GameStop, Google. So tech looks like it ran a lot. Chewy, we're green. CRM, Salesforce. We remember we bought the dip in Salesforce at 16s. It's at 20s now. So not too bad. We'll see how the market treats us this morning. GameStop's still heading up too. GameStop hitting 41s right now. Look at it. It's at 41s. Just broke over the 200 EMA VWAP level. Let's see if he continues. GameStop hitting 42s. Yeah, so Roaring Kitty's $200 million GameStop play ignites a 100% surge very quickly. Keith Gill, known as Roaring Kitty, disclosed a $200 million position in GameStop, sparking a huge surge that we're seeing now. The move reignited the meme stock saga, drawing significant attention from investors and broader market, with GameStop's meme coin also experiencing a dramatic 400% increase in value. So, yeah. Interesting. Passed by GameStop this weekend, 0 customers. Yeah, they've been pretty quiet. You know, GameStop still has to pivot its business model outside of stuff like this. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Of course, you're gonna even hold longer, just take some profit around here. Palantir, anything under 22 is golden until it hits mid-30s. Government contracts get filled even in recessions. Yeah, I'm in Palantir. I've been in Palantir for, you know, a while. I'm just gonna stay in it. But my portfolio got a massive bump. I'm trying to figure out what it was. Like today we're not up major in anything, but some of this stuff got huge bumps. I'm trying to figure out what. I see Walmart did really well. Target is what it is, I think. Like Target ran. I bought Target at 140s. It's at 160s basically right now, close to 160s. You know, yeah, Target ran. Nvidia, of course, is up, but Intel, Honeywell, Home Depot. I'll probably take some profit in both of these. I don't know, maybe I got paid divvies too, with dividend payments over the weekend. That might have been it too. Roaring Kitty showed a massive position. $65 million call options. $100+ million position for Roaring Kitty. Yeah, so disclosed the $200 million GameStop position roughly. Yeah, so Roaring Kitty had to sell and then add back is what he had to do. I'm pretty sure that's what he did. Yeah, so there's Nvidia dipping down. Let's see if I think $40 for GameStop is such a huge level. I think $40 is a ridiculously huge level. Scoop GameStop at $18. Yeah, my average price on GameStop is $15.16. 4-year lows on Papa John's. Papa John's is good, but I don't know. What's the symbol for Papa John's? Is it Papa? I can probably type in Papa John's though and see if it shows up. There it is. Yeah, Domino's is good, but it all depends. Like, I like the wings, right? In terms of wings, Pizza Hut has the best wings. Way better than Domino's. Domino wings are terrible. They're just not good. They're cheap. They're small. They got a lot of sauce on them and not much wing. Pizza Hut has huge wings, you know. All right. GTA 7 has been acknowledged. All right, so AMC up to almost 575s. My average on AMC's in the 10s, and so, you know, we got a long ways to go. I'm just gonna say that, you know, and that's all right. We're in Netflix still. We're green. Honestly, dude, a lot of those dips that I bought, if you guys remember me buying dips over the last month or two, a lot of those trays are green. A lot of those trays are green. I am in. I'll read my portfolio just so you guys can hear it. But like a lot of the trades I'm in are green that I dip bought over the last couple months. Apple, Airbnb, AMC, Boeing, Alibaba, Chewy, Salesforce, CVS, Delta, Etsy, Ford, Gold, GameStop, Google, Home Depot, Honeywell, Intel, Coca-Cola, MGM, Netflix, Nike, Nvidia, Pfizer, Palantir, Roblox, Shopify, Snapchat, Snowflake, SoFi, SoundHound, Target, Tyson Foods, Unity, Uber, Walgreens, and Walmart is my current portfolio here. A lot of these I dip bought, like Airbnb, I bought it a couple weeks ago. Boeing, I bought a couple weeks ago. Baba bought a couple weeks ago. Chewy bought a couple weeks ago. Salesforce bought last week. Very green on that one too. CVS I bought last week. I'm pretty sure it was either last week or the week before. Home Depot I bought last week. It's up huge as well. Intel I bought a couple weeks ago. Netflix I bought a couple weeks ago. Nike I bought a couple weeks ago. Roblox bought a couple weeks ago. And I'm green on almost all of these. Snapchat. I've been in Snapchat though. Target I bought last week or the week before last. I think I was last week. Let me see. Yeah, I bought Target on the 22nd. So I bought Target not last week, but the week before that. Yeah, like less than 2 weeks ago, I bought Target on Wednesday of the week before that. So yeah, a lot of these are green. Dip buying these stocks after earnings season and just kind of letting them work. It seems to work really well. Yeah, Chewy, my average price is 1690s is what it is. So it's at almost 22 right now. So yeah, it's definitely a winner. I got lucky with that one though. I bought that one up and then it had earnings that were good. And I didn't buy it up because of earnings, but earnings certainly helped like propel this one higher. So I got lucky there. But yeah, I'm up nicely. And I've already scaled out of some on Friday. I took some off of it, but yeah. AMC breaking highs, chat. AMC right up to 573s. Let's see if we can break 575s. Yeah, like this is why, you know, I had so many people like try to make fun of me when GameStop came back down. I gotta troll the troll right now. Did he delete his comment? I'm sure he did. I can't find it anymore. He did, dude. What a hilarious guy. If you're out here deleting comments, man, come on now. Let me see if I can find it. I had this troll that was just harassing comments. And would be like, what do you think about GameStop now, bro? And I remember being like, dude, I'm still up like 100%. And he started trying to mock me if anytime it would go down. Now I'm up hundreds of percent on GameStop. You love to see it. This guy just disappeared too. Let me see. All right, let me ban this scammer. Ban. There's so many scammers, dude. Like anything talking about the crypto market is a scammer. Yeah, I can't find the guy that was talking smack about AMC. Hold on. Yeah, oh, there it is. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright. Should we see a GameStop? 200 million GameStop holding. Yeah, the reason GameStop is up, Roared Kitty showed a massive position. We do have a big pullback in GameStop as we speak, though, so I wonder if somebody's selling as we speak. The sell in May, go away, has shown unhelpful. S&P ended last month up almost 5%. The end of Friday was particularly strange. The index reversing the day's losses in the final minutes to finish 0.8% higher for no obvious reason. Weird. Investors started to stick with the story that things are still looking up. Lululemon and Dollar Tree earnings are this week as well. Yeah, I mean, I might have gotten lucky with it, Paulo. But isn't that the nature of the market in general? Is luck? I think it is. All right, GameStop ripping up to 44s. To be honest, though, it's not luck, right? Like, this isn't luck. And I'm going to explain why it's not luck. It would be lucky if I thought GameStop in its current form was a great business model, right? That's not really the case. I've never said that was the case. I think GameStop has to change their business model eventually, right? This current business model is not going to hold. Physical copies of video games are obsolete, and that's just the reality of it. And again, I hope GameStop goes up. I'm in GameStop. I haven't sold. I'm hoping it continues to go up. This is just objective truth that, frankly, that business model is not going to hold, and everybody knows that, right? But that's not why I bought GameStop. I bought GameStop because it was so beaten down short term. You know, once it hit the teens for GameStop, I thought, number one, outside of fundamental health, I thought the company has a massive following of interest in traders. Tons of traders are interested in GameStop. Tons of traders are supportive of GameStop. And so outside of fundamental health or anything like that, I thought GameStop had a chance to run in the future for some reason. I'm sure, again, the argument I always gave for buying GameStop was that GameStop probably could do at least somewhat of a squeeze again, somewhat of a run again, because of support from traders. And that has shown to be true. And so that's not luck. That's just something that was predicted to be correct. I don't know what's going to happen with GameStop. I think GameStop needs to take this money that they're making and change their business model. Without question, I think that's a very obvious, a very self-evident thing. And it doesn't mean I hate GameStop to say it. That's just the truth, right? It just needs to change its business model. It needs to figure it out. The current business model is not going to work. That's very clear. But again, outside of that, the squeeze is happening again. And that's kind of what I predicted would happen. And so, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Sam, listen, dude. You're talking to... again, I guess the point, Sam, is that if you're mad at me for being up 300% plus in a position, brother, you know, that seems to be an unreasonably, that seems to be an unreasonable thing. If you're mad at anybody for being up hundreds of percent in anything and about being correct about a squeeze happen, again, I get it. You guys might not have taken advantage of it. I get you guys might have been wrong about whether it would squeeze again, and you guys might have made fun and mocked, and now, you know, GameStop's up hundreds of percent, you know, and again, I get that might have happened, but it doesn't mean you should act like the traders that are up hundreds of percent are wrong. That's obviously not true. Like, I've obviously was correct about GameStop. You know, I get not liking the stock, and I get being, missing out on the run and not liking the stock. I get it. But I also don't think we should make fun of traders that made money on it, because again, regardless of anything, that's the nature of the market. Yeah, AMC's up too. AMC we're down on. I'm less green on AMC. But I guess the point, guys, like, look, my trading, going back to what Sam says, and it's all love here, brother. It's all love, dude. But my trading strategy revolves around stocks that I find value in, that are beaten down, that I find value in. When I bought GameStop, guys, it was at 15, 16s. So I bought GameStop here. I bought GameStop way down here after it had been beaten down for years. Since 2021, GameStop had been beaten down. I bought it way down here after a long road of downward trends, just because I thought it could be objective. I thought there could be objective value where it was. I thought that it was beaten down so much, one day the squeeze could pop up again. And so I didn't mind risking a very small amount of shares on that type of thing. And I think that made sense. And that worked. That works. We'll see if it continues. Again, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to sell. But who knows? Who knows? I'm in it. I'm really nicely green. My average price is 15s. So we'll see. I'm certainly going to hold most of my position, I think. Right. Don't hate the player, hate the game here. Again, I was right about it. I told you guys it had a chance to squeeze again. I thought there was objective value when it got beaten down, But again, my strategy works. I'm not just green on GameStop today. My strategy of last week, Sam said, where did that guy go? That guy's still here. Listen, guys, last week I bought up a bunch of different stocks. I bought up Salesforce at 220s. It's at 230s. I bought up CVS at 55s. It's at 60s. I bought up Boeing. Everybody yelled at me not to buy Boeing. I bought up Boeing at 172. It's at almost 178. I bought up Airbnb at 143s. It's at 145s. I bought up Home Depot at 327s. It's at 330s. I bought up Intel at 3060s. It's at 31s. I bought up Netflix at 570s. It's at 640s. I bought up Roblox at 27s. It's at 34 basically right now. I bought up Target at 140s. In the last few weeks, it's at 155 roughly right now. So a lot of the trades that I got in, same strategy. I look for blue chip healthy companies to be beaten down. It's a very specific time frame. Like, I look for these companies to get beaten down, not on a super long-term chart, kind of like GameStop, right? GameStop was a little bit of an anomaly of a trade that I took. I look for blue chip healthy companies to get beaten down mostly on a monthly basis. Like, if an example of the Target trade is that Target, every time I go to Target, it's got so many people there. It's super expensive, and it's packed every time I go, right? So when I look at a long-term chart, let me take this. I'm going to take this indicator off. When I look at Target on a long-term chart, what do I see? Let me put a weekly chart up. I see a healthy company with a long-term healthy trend that has pulled back massively. It has a lot of room for upside. I see a stock that's been pulling back since April, since April, and it's dropped from almost $200 all the way down to 140s. So when I see that, I think there's objective value there. I think, okay, I could probably buy this up. I looked at the EPS, the revenue, I looked at the PE ratios, and it just looks solid, so I bought it up. But yeah, I'm looking for blue chip companies like Target to drop massive percentages and then buying those dips and seeing if I can ride back some edge. Same thing with Salesforce, right? I bought Salesforce. I did scale out of some of it before the run, but again, I bought Salesforce, same concept here. We bought Salesforce after this massive dip from earnings with the understanding that it would probably bounce back at least a little bit over the following weeks. And that's exactly what happened. We got in at 220s. It's at 235s right now, 234s. Same concept. Works really well. We did this with Home Depot as well. Home Depot, I just like the business model of Home Depot. I think Home Depot has an edge over every business like it. Home Depot's the leader, in my opinion, right? I think Home Depot is one of those businesses that's safe long-term because it's not going to be rendered obsolete because of technology growth. Like, I don't care how good technology gets. I don't think people are going to be ordering building supplies online like that. I think they're always going to go to the Home Depot and stores like it to buy wood, to buy tools. They need it same day to buy plants. You know, my wife goes to Home Depot, freaking spends $500 on plants. Okay, Home Depot is a store that's going to be around long term, I think. And so when it dipped like it did, you know, if it dipped like it, you know, just to show you guys the dip, when Home Depot drops from 350s all the way down to 320s short term, really it's longer than this. 350s down to 320s. I'm buying this dip. That's a big pullback for me to take advantage of. And my average price at Home Depot is 320s. So we got in right down here. Really nice dip. So yeah, I mean, it worked really well. GameStop starting to make its run back up. Again, it's at 43s. Looks like a cup and handle breakout pattern right now, potentially. We'll see. I got into Intel because I adopted your strategy. Intel's not really doing that well. We're at 25s, or we're at 30s for Intel, 31s. It's at roughly 31. We're green on Intel right now, but it dipped a lot. CVS, yeah, CVS, we did the same thing. Let me see. I haven't really looked at that chart in the same way for CVS. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. We got over 500 people here. Welcome, chat. Trying to start the week out strong. We'll see what we get. All right, so we do have CVS bouncing up a little bit here. AMC up to 550s. Again, we're still red, but we're almost flat in AMC. No, okay, let me take that back. Looking at my average, we are not almost flat in AMC. My average price on AMC is 1050s. It's at 550, so we are down 50%. My new keyboard is lovely here. Intel will be a... Yeah, I mean, Intel, the thing with Intel is that... Yeah, I don't know anything about HCO. The thing about Intel is that it's beaten down so much. Again, I didn't buy, it's not like I bought up Intel super high. I'm buying Intel because it's down a ton. You know, like those are the companies that I love buying because I think those have the biggest edge. Even if I'm wrong, like the sheer diversification into many different stocks helps. It really does. Like I've done this. There's only a couple stocks that I've done this on that I'm still red on. And I can break those down right now. So I have done this on a couple stocks that I'm still red. These include Etsy, Nike, and Nike I'm pretty much flat. Nike's been bouncing back a lot. Pfizer, Shopify, Snowflake, but Snowflake's like a couple shares. It's very small. SoundHound, and Unity. I'm only red. So like, listen, I'm going to read my entire position again, and then I'm going to read the stocks that I'm actually losing money on. All right, out of this entire position, Apple, Airbnb, AMC, Boeing, Baba, Chewy, CRM, which is Salesforce, CVS, Delta, Etsy, Ford, Gold, GameStop, Google, Home Depot, Honeywell, Intel, Coca-Cola, MGM, Netflix, Nike, Nvidia, Pfizer, Palantir, Roblox, Shopify, Snapchat, Snowflake, SoFi, SoundHound, Target, Tesla, Tyson Foods, Unity, Uber, Walgreens, and Walmart is my entire portfolio. I am red in Walgreens, Unity, SoundHound, Snowflake, Shopify, Pfizer, Nike, Etsy, and AMC. Out of 9. 9 of those positions I'm red on. Only 9 out of how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. 37 positions. I am losing money on 9 of them. Only 9. I am green on the other 28 positions. So, not bad here, not bad. I'll take it. Yeah, all good, Sam. Listen, man, I'm not overreacting. I'm just kind of trolling you back, brother. You know? And so if you're upset about that, you know, cheers to you, man. Look at GameStop haters now FOMOing. This is hilarious. Yeah. Again, I told people I was holding my GameStop position. I told them why. Like, listen, I'm not going to get emotional and sell. I think emotional sells are what sets people up to lose money. The people who lose the most in market crashes are people who get emotional and sell. Like, most people are going to be fine if they can wait a couple years and let their portfolios bounce back, but people get emotional when they sell. Maybe some people don't have the time frame. Maybe some people have to get out because they need that money or whatever. But the people who lose the most, are people who get emotional and sell in market crashes too. No, I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm just showing people how accurate the system that I have for buying up these blue chip stocks and investments are. It just works really well. Again, I'm up thousands of dollars on the year trading exactly the same way. And I thought this strategy would work. I built this system a few years ago and I started playing with very small size. And then I slowly started to get more confidence and more confidence and more confidence in it. Now, of course, eventually we're going to have bear markets, right? And it's not going to work like that in bear markets. It's just not. Nothing works like that in terms of buying up stocks in bear markets. But I'll tell you this, in bear markets, those are going to be the time where I start averaging in to big positions. Like when we get massive pullbacks in bear markets, that's when I'm going to start buying stuff a lot heavier than I am now. That way I can try to take advantage of it. I just have to be a little bit more selective when I do start buying stuff up. Yeah, Roaring Kitty. The reason GameStop's up today is because Roaring Kitty debuted a massive position. He's got what I saw. One of the pictures I saw was 5 million. It was 5 million shares plus a big options trade. All right, guys. Let's see what else we got today. Yeah, I mean, Christian, that means my accuracy rate right now, Christian, is over 75%, brother. And again, these are mostly swing trades. And so I just want to make sure, I mean, you're obviously just trying to poke buttons. Maybe you're somebody that recently left and now you're trying to start smack or whatever it is. But I just want to clarify this really quick for everybody at home. This person in the chat is trying to make fun of me for being 75% plus accurate in my swing trades. Cheers to you, sir. Listen, I know, man, it's terrible. Me and my 75% accuracy in stocks. Dang, dude, I suck, bro. I am terrible, man. What am I thinking, dude? I just need to shut this down, man. You know? Ugh. Same positions take time to work. I know, dude. Listen, I'm terrible, bro. Listen. I'm gonna start getting a cup out asking for change. You know, I think that's like my go-to move here. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. You're welcome, dude. Again, he didn't really have anything to argue back. I'm like, so you're telling me I'm terrible because I'm 75% plus accuracy? He really didn't have anything to argue back there. So he just started saying facts is facts, bruh. I was like, all right, dude. Cheers to you, man. Honestly, you give my stream a little bit of drama. It makes it a little bit better for me, I'm being honest. So, instead of me just sitting here, it gives a little drama for everybody to pay attention to. And people like drama, you know? So, I'll allow it for a little while before I ban you. But, I'm in Gamestop right now. My average price on Gamestop is... I'm going to put this up on screen so people can see it. What is yours? Yeah, my average price on GameStop is $15.16. What is yours? How low could Lulu go? I mean, Lululemon, the problem is this, and my wife actually agrees with me, and my wife shops there a lot. The problem with Lululemon is this. Generational changes happen in fashion. One generation doesn't want to wear what the other generation wore. Like, my daughter doesn't want to wear what my wife wears, right? Like, the generations change in fashion. With Lululemon, it's a very specific fashion. It's kind of like leisure wear, you know? It's like sweat shorts, sweatpants, yoga pants, stuff like that. That fashion is starting to change. Young people wear baggy sweatpants now more than yoga pants. You know, again, they do. I know this because I have a teenage daughter. Like, young people wear baggy sweatpants now as opposed to yoga pants as much. They still wear yoga pants sometimes. But again, generational changes happen. And so I don't know how much I like Lululemon long term because of that. I think there's risks. And again, this is something I've said over and over again. I'll keep saying it. I think there's risks. I am down in Unity. My average price in Unity is 27s. You know, but it's 5 shares, and so some of these positions are small. But yeah, I mean, guys, listen. And again, I said this before. I'll say it again. The Dunning-Kruger effect is like real in stocks. People want to act like experts when they're not, and you can kind of hear by how they talk that they might not know what they're talking about. The truth is that if you can make 10% plus in any year, you're doing very well in market terms. If you ever give your money to a financial planner, right? If you ever give your money to a financial planner, if he can earn you 5 to 10%, he's doing his job, and most people are going to thank him for that, right? So the elite of the elite make 10, 20, 30%. So if you can make that, you're doing very, very well. Very, very nice. And so, yeah, people can make fun of me for being 25%, for losing on about 25% of my positions. That means 3 out of 4 of my stocks I'm green on. And honestly, the other ones that I'm holding, right? In my opinion, the other 25% that I'm holding will eventually probably be green, I think. Like, I think I can hold a lot of these long enough, and they're eventually going to trickle into green. All right, Etsy, I'm pretty down on, though. I gotta be honest about that one. That one, I'm thinking about selling. I'm down less than $100, but I'm thinking about selling that one. Yeah, we got flash PMI data today. All right, so let me see. 1987 is your average. My average price on GameStop is $15.16 is what my average price is. I haven't sold any since I told people this average too. I think the Game of Thrones drama. Yeah. Right, you got to learn from the wins here, you know. A lot of these wins people made fun of me for. I bought Salesforce. I don't know if people made fun of me for that one though. But yeah, a lot of them I get made fun of for. Honestly, I'd have it no other way too. I remember buying Snapchat at like $7 or $8 a share after earnings, right? And people would just get so crazy about it. Like I would be like, yo, I'm in Snapchat at $7 or $8. And somebody would be like, this dude is an idiot, bro. Like they would get so upset, like so mad at me for buying up cheap stocks. Within like a couple days, Snapchat had gone up like 40 or 50%. And so you can't let people making fun of you influence your trading. You really can't. Like people are going to make fun of you. People want to act like experts, really, you know, people really want to act like experts in the stock market, but most of them are not. And I'm not either, you know, I'm not claiming to be. All I know is that I'm up really nicely on the year. I'm up thousands of dollars on the year. And so, you know, my accuracy rate's pretty high on most of these positions too. Ninja Trader, I haven't tried. I think, I'm not sure if Rhythmic is still causing problems. What's up, Sam? What's the point of holding a losing position until it turns back green instead of liquidating and buying something else that's doing better? Because you don't know how long anything that like will continue to do better. Most of the stocks that I'm losing on, again, I'm losing on, let me see. I'm losing on AMC for sure. I'm losing on Etsy. I am losing on Nike. I'm losing on Pfizer. I'm losing on Shopify, Snowflake, SoundHound, and Unity. And so I'm losing, but I think I can hold most of these. Like I think Nike's eventually going to bounce back. I think I'll probably be green in Nike within a couple weeks, most likely. Maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I was green on Home Depot a couple days ago, you know, and now I'm very green. It ripped up huge percentages. And so most of these I feel like I can hold and let them continue to work, and they're going to eventually go green. Unity, I think, is like that. I think Nike is like that. I think Pfizer is like that. It just takes time. Most of the people get like, look, this is kind of what happens. Let me draw it out here. Most of the time you get a gap down, or you get a big gap down overnight. You know, like say the stock is trending here, and most of the time you get like a big gap down like this, right? And then it starts to trend like this. And what do the people say when this happens? They say, oh, look how weak it is. Like, I don't want to buy that. It's too weak. It got destroyed overnight. I'm avoiding that stock, or whatever it is, right? I have the other approach. Usually if it's a blue chip healthy company and it drops massive percentages and looks like this, I'm usually trying to buy it up down here, because in my opinion, the edge is on the upside. The probabilities are so much higher that it's going to eventually bounce back and start at least filling half the gap, you know, a quarter of the gap, whatever it is, versus continuing to go down like that. I think that's much less probable. If you're picking the right stocks, that's much less probable. It still happens, but if you're picking the right companies, like healthy enough companies, that's a much less probable thing. Most of the time, it's going to bounce back a little bit like this, and it's going to start consolidating, and then maybe fight back more, maybe come back more. But if you have strategic profit taking, then it works. And so that's kind of the basis of my system that I use here. That's gotten me really nicely green. Is a lot of the time I'll target these stocks around earnings season. So I usually inflate my positions around earnings season after you have companies that just drop massively. If you guys remember, I've scaled out of a lot of these. I did this with AMD last week, or the week, like the last few weeks I did this with AMD. AMD had this massive drop from earnings, and I think it was AMD. Was it AMD or something else? It was Meta. So Meta had this massive drop from earnings, where Meta dropped from 500s down to under 400 at one point in time. And so what did I do? And you can see the gap down here. Like, this is the overnight gap. What I did was I bought Meta at like 412s was my average. I bought it way down here, and I just kind of rode it back. I just let it fight back. Meta is a very strong company. Tech is strong. PE ratio is low. Makes a lot of money. It's very big. Has tons of daily active users on their platform, and so it made sense to buy a big emotional overreaction dip like this, gap down, and it just worked really well. I did the same thing with AMD. There's a lot of positions that I do this on and I don't sit on. I just kind of ride the gap, ride the bounce back, and then sell. But again, everyone's not going to work. But yeah, speaking of Meta's back up to 460s. Maybe I should have held. I don't know where I cut it, but yeah. And again, I'm not telling you you can make money. You know, I can't guarantee this is going to work for anybody. Remember, I am terrible, have no idea what I'm talking about, might be wildly wrong about anything I say. It's entertainment only. My experiences, wins or losses may be conducted in real time on stream. Do not copy me. Remember, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Might be wildly wrong about anything and everything I say. I do take trades off stream. Understand CFTC 4.41 hypothetical or simulated performance have limitations, guys. Do not copy me. Not an investment professional. Don't sue me, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, my snowflake position's very small. And so I ended up doing this one. This is one of the ones that didn't work, where I bought this one after earnings. I think I have like one share of this. So I bought this after earnings, and this is a company that just, you know, one of those rare companies that just kept going down. You know, cause so it does happen. I'm not trying to pretend like it doesn't. Again, one of the things, like, people can make fun, they can talk smack. I'm up thousands of dollars on the year. And again, I'm green on the year, and I'm up thousands of dollars, and that's something that most people can't say. I would argue most people, especially traders, are not going to be able to say. And so it doesn't work every time, but I would say 3 out of 4 stocks it works on. Again, you got to be selective with the stocks. You got to pick the right stocks. And I think maybe Snowflake was too extended prior to it. So yeah. Maybe there's an argument for a dip buy down here. I don't know. It's down a lot. Maybe we have some edge buying the dip. I'm not telling you what to do, though. This one's certainly unknown for me about whether it's going to do. We did this with NVIDIA as well. We bought NVIDIA when it was down at, like, I can't remember where we bought it. Yeah, one of the things that people, like, you can find a lot of stocks, but I think the biggest edge you have is on the upside, is on the long side. And, like, you got people who really don't understand the markets that want to be like Michael Burry and short and pick the tops of these really healthy companies. Like, I've said it once and I'll say it over and over again, and I say this over and over again because I hope people really listen to it. If you find yourself trying to pick the tops of healthy blue chip companies, if you're trying to short the healthiest companies in the world long term, somewhere you've been misled. Somewhere you've gotten tricked into thinking one of the worst long-term strategies is the right one. And again, I think there's a lot of people that get stuck doing that, and then they get mad when stocks push up. But the biggest edge long-term is on the upside. And if you miss that edge, you're missing out on the biggest statistical edge the market gives you. So regardless of whether you want to day trade or swing trade or invest or whatever, you got to have a long-term portfolio, I think, or at least a portfolio where you're trying to take advantage of those long-term moves. Even if you're swing trading and buying dips or whatever it is, that's the biggest edge the market's going to give you. You know. Now, we're going to have crashes in between then. Eventually we're going to dump. That's inevitable, but you got to take advantage of the big edge the market gives you, I think. $75% of the time, it works every time. I learned that lesson with Apple. I lost $1,100. I made it back, but that was rough. Yeah, I mean, look, and it doesn't, like, you might hear a bunch of people talking smack about it too. Like, that's the thing about these online communities as well. You might hear people talking smack about Apple. I heard it a lot. I like Apple. Apple's a healthy company. Again, I use my own life, and this is something that Warren Buffett says to do, right? I use my own life to argue for different stocks. What I mean by that is, like, I like Apple specifically because Apple knows how to build generational interest in its products. If you go to, like, I have a 14-year-old. If I went up to her and gave her the newest, fanciest Samsung device out right now, brand new, I say, here, you know, take this phone. Or I gave her the option between that and like an iPhone from 2012, you know, an over 10-year-old iPhone. She would take the 10-year-old iPhone over the brand new Samsung. You know, the reason for that is because they make it to where if you don't have an iPhone, you're in a different corner. When you're in group chats, your username looks different. Like they've been really smart about taking advantage of generations and kids. Like kids don't want to stand out like that. Kids want to fit in with their friends, and so they've done a really good job. And I think kids are going to be the ones who, I think if you could predict what somebody's going to buy early in life, once they stick to a phone, they very rarely switch. Like I started using a Samsung phone years and years and years ago, like 10 plus years ago, never switched since then. So once people start using a brand, they very rarely switch. Now, the other problem with Apple is that Apple, overseas, people use Samsung much more than Apple. You know, Apple is mostly like a United States brand. Like people overseas, they still have people overseas that use Apple, but the U.S. is the biggest consumers of iPhones and Apple products. So I don't know what to take from that, you know. But I think Apple's going to be fine long term. And Apple's one of the most successful companies in the world, so I'm certainly not going to short it. GameStop. Yeah, so GameStop at 41.60s here, still up a lot. Looks like a bull flag. I'm still in mine. Again, my average price is 15.16s. Yeah, Apple's not a huge... Another big edge is to be able to trade it in an IRA and sell the options. Yeah, that definitely works. GameStop at 41s. Yeah, again, Roaring Kitty. I could put up what Roaring Kitty's position is showing here. So, like, if you look at Roaring Kitty on Twitter and you look at the positions he's holding a massive position here. Like, look. And he did the Uno reverse card. He shared the Uno reverse card as well. For his first tweet back, he shared the Uno reverse card. Y'all help me out here. On Facebook, I see a bunch of people marketing as Roaring Kitty, right? Like I see a bunch of Facebook profiles marketing themselves as Roaring Kitty. I don't know if it's the real one trying to grow a following on Facebook and Meta, Instagram or whatever, or if it's somebody trying to pretend to be him to grow a following, kind of like people do with Wall Street Bets. You know, with Wall Street Bets, people do this a lot. But yeah, the position list that I saw for Roaring Kitty is that he had 5 million shares, and then he was also holding a June option. Yeah, so shared on Super Stonk a couple minutes ago, or a while ago. Yeah. So the GameStop whale buying huge call options expiring on the 21st over the last 7 days has been Roaring Kitty. His position value is over 200 million in GameStop. Look at this. This was shared not too long ago. You can kind of see it. You know, so he's in his option position here. He's got 120,000 contracts. He's down about 65K, but look, you can see he's up he's up over 2.6 million in his 5 million shares. And that was with the last price being 23.14. It's now way, way higher than this. So he's up way more now on this. You can see his total gain here is 6+ million. His total gain is 9 million minus this. So yeah, he's up almost 7 million. He's up way more than that now. As long as he stayed into the position, which he probably did, I'm assuming. Kitty's doing no marketing except for his videos on X and his most recent post on Super Stonk. I don't think he needs to do marketing. Yeah, I really don't think he needs to do marketing. Why did I use Samsung? You didn't want to fit in, or I don't know, man. I can't remember when I got a Samsung phone. You know, like so when I met my wife, right? Um, my wife was kind of like, my wife would always have like a new iPhone. You know, her dad would kind of help her out because when I met my wife, she was like 19. You know, so she was a teenager when I met Carol, and she always had like a new iPhone. Um, and I didn't have, most of the time I didn't even have a phone. I would have like a really cheap flip phone, or like no phone at all, and I would just borrow hers, really, with Carol. So, you know, I used her iPhone. I really had a flip phone. I didn't really get a smartphone until you know, 2013, 2014, 2015. So 10 years ago, I got my first smartphone. Prior to that, they were less common though. Let's see if GameStop can hold at the 200 EMA. So here's the 200 EMA right here. Let's see if it holds right there. The 200 EMA is a big milestone level. But yeah, my point is, I didn't get a smartphone until much later on, relative to like Carol, for instance. And so when I got one, I don't know, man. Like Carol, I was always a PC, Microsoft operating system type of I come from a programming background and like web development background. And so I was kind of like a tech nerd, like a hardware tech nerd almost. And so whenever I got a phone, you know, Carol had an Apple computer and like stuff like that, but I always had Microsoft and stuff. And so I guess at the time I just figured I'm going to continue with that trend. I'm not going to use Apple operating system. I'm going to use Microsoft or Droid or whatever it was at the time. I can't remember. But yeah, and so for whatever reason, I just decided to get, I had an upgrade, and I think they were, you know, for whatever reason, I just got a Samsung. Yeah, so again, we'll see if it holds right there. Also, guys, y'all tell me this, right? So Carol wants to have duct work done in our house. I've been looking online, and from what I can see, I know there's a lot of scammers. You know, they're usually like, oh, you know, we desperately need business. Our business is failing. Like, we clean your ducts in your house. But then some people commenting are like, yo, that's a scam, right? So are duct cleaners a scam, or is it actually like a useful, like, work to be done in your home? You know, because I don't know if it is or not, and the internet's kind of vague about it. It's hard to tell if it's legit or not. Yeah, well, Samsung, the reason I got Samsung is because it's simply more free at the time. It was much more free than an iPhone. Not like in terms of price being free, but like if I wanted to download music, you know, free music. This was before Apple started doing like their iTunes, where you could just pay $40 a month and get any song you wanted. You know, at the time, if I wanted to download music on my phone, this was before YouTube was like really widely used, and it was hard to use YouTube on your phone in the car. I had to download the music from the internet, and Apple wouldn't really let me do that, but Samsung would, you know, so there's a couple reasons. Yeah, so again, there's 38, 39, 40. Scam. See, this is what the internet, you can kind of get like, see the internet in a nutshell by seeing people's responses. Some people say it's completely a scam. Other people say it's really useful, right? And even in the comments, ducks clean themselves. It works. Scam. Dryer ducts, yes. Scam. It helps with allergy, efficiency of your AC. Air pressure keeps them clean already. It depends on how old your house is. Probably it's useful. Had mine done, and it greatly reduced the dust allergies. I worked in HVAC. It's definitely a scam. Yeah. See, it's hard to tell, bro. It really is. It would be better to clean it. Yeah, AMC's been up as well. AMC dipping down to $5 though. $5 is a massive milestone level, I think, for AMC here. AMC is at right there. So again, we'll see if it holds. Yeah, pawn sand legit and can save from fires. Also, I see somebody here that never comments getting mad at me for repeating myself. Listen, I'm gonna repeat myself. I'm here for 4 hours every single day, right? So like, yeah, y'all are gonna hear the same thing sometimes. In between that though, I'm covering market news. I'm covering stock news. I'm covering why they're moving, when they're moving, what my positions are. That's where the value is on this channel. Of course, I'm gonna repeat myself. Sometimes it's better if I repeat myself, because people don't really digest things unless you repeat them sometimes. And so I think repeating it is necessary. But yeah, I mean, listen, if you don't like it, you know, go watch somebody else. It's all good. GameStop bouncing right at that level we talked about too. So look, we talked about the 200 EMA. Look at the bounce directly off of that level. Yeah, we've got pets. Yeah. I'm a contractor and would tell you there's buildup in your ducts over time. The person who lived there before could have bird dander in their dust mites, common, etc. Yeah, I mean, it needs to be done, just every 5 years, not every year. Yeah, we're not gonna do it every year. It's so hard to tell though. John, I have the YouTube live chat burnt into my cell screen as a consequence of turning in here. How does that happen, bro? Do I win a prize and or compensation? Well, my next Apex giveaway, bro, I'll try to give you see if I can throw a free account your way, dude. Yeah, people coming at different times. Repetition is helpful. Yeah, for sure. Please repeat. People step away and miss comments sometimes. Yeah, 100%. Nice clean air is healthy. Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me because, again, I grew up in a freaking, like, zoo. Like, I really did. My dad's house was like a zoo. We had tons of animals. My dad's a falconer, right? So my dad trained, raised falcons and hunted with falcons. And hunts with falcons. He still does. Because of that, we raised quail. So we raised quail to feed them. You know, we had cats, dogs, snakes, birds, like all these different animals. And so with all that said, I'm not allergic to a thing, you know, like again, I have no allergies. I don't react to anything at all. My wife, on the other hand, is allergic to everything apparently, and reacts to everything. And maybe my son, we're kind of up in the air with. We don't know how bad his are. But yeah. Point is, I can't, like, my wife's like, ooh, I smell mold, or I smell this, or I'm reacting to this. And I'm sitting here just kind of oblivious to all of it. I don't notice anything. I don't react to anything. I'm not allergic to anything, which really goes back to show, I think you got to build your immune system up when you're young, expose it to stuff. If you don't, you might be sensitive to stuff as you get older. Some of it might be genetics as well. A heat map looks like, there's a lot of heat maps. So like, look, stock market heat map. Heat maps are dope, dude. They give you a really good look. Like, here's trading view. Like, heat maps basically just tell you what's green and what's red, what sectors are green and red. Like, here's trading view. Microsoft, Google flat, Apple green, Nvidia slightly red. In finance, everything's green in finance. Burke, Bank of America, JP Morgan, Chase, like most of those are green today. Retail, so Amazon kind of mixed. Walmart green, Home Depot green, Amazon red, Costco red, TJ Maxx neutral. Consumer services, McDonald's, Disney, stuff like that is mostly green. Electronic technology is mixed. Tech services are mixed. So this is a heat map. It basically shows what's green, what's red in sectors, and it can be useful. Yeah, definitely top 3 genetics in the world right now for sure. Definitely top 3 genes in the world, you know. What are your long-term trading goals? Do you invest in ETFs for long-term? Yeah, I think it's always best to dollar cost average into index funds long-term. You know, I think that's something that everybody should do for a long-term position, long-term portfolio. Dollar cost average into index funds is pretty. Do you block people when expressing their opinion? Only if you can tell they're haters. Yes. It's just not worth it. It's just going to cause too much drama. Like, people will create fake usernames and come back and say the same thing. You can tell by, never mind, but you can tell. And so, yeah, if somebody's just kind of sitting around trying to make fun, it depends on how valid their opinion is, right? But yeah, you know, listen, it's all love here. I hate them for life, but it's all love. CVS, we'll see what happens with CVS. I'm green in this one as well. I'll probably take a little bit of profit right now on CVS. Yeah, we just scaled out of a little bit of it. Just because we're up enough. What else do I want to scale out of? I know I want to scale out of something else. AMC's bad green. I'm not going to take any off of Gamestop. Oh, Home Depot. I need to take some off of Home Depot. Yeah, Home Depot, I'm going to scale out of a little bit here. Give me some examples, Alex. I'll listen. Give me some examples. I'm going to subscribe, but I got to go learn before I take advice. Hey, all good. Haters are just your deepest lovers secretly. 100% they are, dude. I don't know, bro. The biggest haters are ones that have tried to create their own stuff and then failed at it. And for whatever reason, they act like it's my fault. You know. Like, the ones I see, like, the people that just don't have much going on in their life as they're getting older are usually the biggest, kind of like, they just kind of get upset. I think you got to look at it from, you know, different perspectives, though. For somebody like me running a channel in a community, you got to deal with a lot. You get stalkers, you get weird people, man. And, you know, over time, it kind of conditions you to just kind of boot them out of here before it can get too weird. And I think that's pretty standard. I think, like, if you guys were me, most of y'all would do the same, you know. The guy who said before about your 24% loss. Yeah, but it wasn't what he said, it was how he said it. People can say whatever they want. They can disagree with me, they can disagree with my trades or whatever it is. If you're disrespectful about it, or you're just trying to, like, mock or make fun, then regardless of whether it's truth or not, that's just not a supportive member of the community. Expecting me to let people that just kind of mock me repeatedly and don't do anything else stick around is not a reasonable expectation, you know. Again, if you guys were me, y'all wouldn't either. And so you got to think about it from it. And maybe we're a little bit too brash with who we ban or whatever. But I think you kind of have to be. I think, again, I think most of y'all, if y'all were me, y'all would do the same, you know. So we just took a little bit off of Home Depot. I'll probably take a little bit more off now as well, just because we're up big, very short term. So we just took about 40% of the position off at Home Depot. I'm looking at something else. I wanted to scale out of something else as well. What was it? I'm up big in a bunch of these. Salesforce. Okay, Salesforce is what it was. Let me take some off of there. I made enough on it. Okay. Yeah, making fun of somebody's losses. Again, Alex, look, dude, I'm going to ban him as well. Just to put this into perspective, guys. Alex is somebody that was banned before, came back, and said, hey, why'd you ban me? And then I said, okay, if you're really supportive or you're really like a good person, I'll let you stay and hang out here. And then now, since then, he basically sits around, doesn't say anything else, and just waits to disagree with something and then puts it out in chat, right? Again, it's all love. You're banned for life, but it's all love. Salesforce. I got to take a little bit off of Salesforce. I'm going to take about 45% of my position off of Salesforce. I'll probably leave a little bit to let it run. But yeah. Yeah, for sure. As Sam said, banning people is essential here. You know, part of the top 3 biggest banning channels in the world right now. Yeah, they'll make another one and come back. You know, it's all good. Again, it's kind of what we got to deal with. But they're kind of proving my point here. Kudos for dealing with nonsense. Thanks so much, man. Don't let them reproduce. I don't know about that, dude. That's taking it a little far. All right, guys. GameStop at 42s right now. Again, it's kind of chopping back and forth between the 200 EMA and the VWAP. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen, they have to know it's coming, dude. They have to know it's coming. Again, I like having fun with it personally. Like, it's fun to kind of joke around with, and it gives the channel some, it makes it kind of fun, you know? So, hey, it's all good. AMC at 530s. 530s. Again, AMC bounced exactly off of $5 here. I'm down like 50% at AMC. And so, but I haven't sold any recently. I'm down 50% of the position, though. My average price is way up there at $10 plus. I had a good friend tell me, I hope you lose money on the market this week. He thought he was being sarcastic and ball busting. I explained in no uncertain terms, you don't say that to a trader. Yeah, I mean, trading's hard, man. It's hard, dude. I think a lot of the people that are weird in the chat are really just mad they lost money on something. And, you know, sometimes it's hard to be introspective and say, yo, I took some dumb freaking trades. And so they get mad at me or whomever. But it's all good. Thus is life, I guess. I always say what's on my mind, and I've disagreed with you here and there, and somehow I never found myself banned. Right. No, listen. People can disagree with whatever they want, as long as you're respectful about it. You know, if you're respectful about it, you're not going to get banned. I got people that disagree with me constantly. Sam disagreed with my GameStop trade earlier. He's been here for a while. You're not going to get banned unless you're disrespectful here. But with that said, I think we're taking too much time talking about this, so I'm going to move on from it. AMC, again, guys, at $5. NVIDIA's testing the highs. The lifetime highs on NVIDIA. This is another story in the market outside GameStop. The lifetime highs are at 1160 roughly. I think it might have been over that. I think it might have been over that at one point in pre-market, but it doesn't actually register as lifetime highs until it breaks it during actual market hours. And so we got a little bit of, like, this is the lifetime high right here. So NVIDIA gapping up heavy. We'll see if it can start breaking higher and higher too. You know, and again, I used AI a lot this weekend. So I really think AI is a crazy powerful technology. The question is, how far can it grow? And I don't know. I think AI itself can grow big, but I do think there could be some corrections in AI stocks, just like there was corrections in internet stocks in 2000. Yeah, I'm in both of them. Hey, thanks, Darren. I appreciate it, brother. Thanks, man. I admire your patience dealing with trolls every day. Props to you. Hey, we try, dude. All right, AMC, GameStop. Again, Roaring Kitty, massive position. They expire June 21st. So the question is, do you think we'll get volatility leading into June 21st when a lot of Roaring Kitty's options are set to expire? The other thing that you got to talk about this week is the NVIDIA split happens June 6th, I believe, right? So the question is, when does the price reflect? I think it was scheduled for June 6th or June 7th. So my guess is Monday the 10th. Is when we'll see the new updated price for NVIDIA. No. And the question is, does that bring interest, volatility, market fluctuations because of NVIDIA into the mix? Can y'all not hear the music? You should be able to, right? Or not AMC, GameStop. Roaring Kitty has calls on GameStop, not AMC. I think the Apex sale ends today as well, doesn't it? Let me see. So yeah, the Apex sale ends in 15 hours here. They put it over the weekend. So again, if you don't know what Apex is a funded account program in the futures. Again, they are a sponsor of me. They pay me money. I'm biased in their favor because they pay me money. Remember, I am terrible. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Might be wildly wrong. Do trade off stream. Do not copy me. Not an investment professional. Understand CFTC 4.41. Hypothetical or simulated performance have limitations and all that good stuff. Now, with all that said and out the way, do not learn to day trade with your own money, in my opinion, right? Salesforce, rip it up. If you do, you're going to probably lose thousands of dollars. If you put up $5,000 trying to day trade yourself, you're probably going to lose that 5K. And again, that's a majority of traders lose day trading. That's just not anything. Anybody that really has experienced day trading will tell you that truth. Most day traders lose. If you put up 5K, you're probably going to lose 5K in the beginning. You can limit that risk, lose less money by trying a funded account program like Apex. Apex is one of the most legit in the world. What they do is they give you a demo and they test your skill with a demo account first. If you could pass the test with a demo account, the base one, they give you a 25K demo account. If you can make $1,500 in profit on that demo without losing $1,500 first and following their rules, they fund you 25K with a 90% split. If you make 10K once you're funded, you keep 9 of that. And you get to keep your first 25K in profit. If you lose, you're only out the monthly subscription, which the first month on Apex is like $25 right now. If you use my link and coupon code BT, you get it for like $25. You can also get the 250K challenge right now for the next 15 hours at least for about $16. So you can get this one right here for about $16 right now. This 250K challenge for about $16 pre-tax. So very cheap. If you pass this test, you get 250K in funding with a 90% split. And again, it makes a lot of sense. Most day traders are going to lose here as well. Most day traders lose. It doesn't matter where they go, what course they take. Most day traders lose. And so I think most traders are going to lose here as well, but it's a lot cheaper to lose here than it is to put up 5K yourself. And if you pass it, again, you still got a 90% split. It's similar to putting the money up yourself in that regard. It's a perfect middle ground of pressure. And so if you want to check it out, again, they are a sponsor of mine. They pay me money. I'm biased because they do so. But if you want to check them out, use coupon code BT. We'll get you the max discount at all times. There's the link. Best trading show. Hey, thanks so much. I appreciate it. AMC is a ish show. GameStop is the only fundamental play. Are you in crypto? Yeah. He will roll his calls into later strikes. I think he did that in 21, 22. The owners are traders themselves. Yeah. On GameStop too. Yeah, see, honestly, I almost sold my GameStop position as well, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I really did almost sell it. Yeah, I'm looking at the Reddit page, deep effing value. Yeah, $200 million position. He had 200,000 shares of June 21st. Or he had 200,000. Roaring Kitty had 200,000 shares in June of 21. 800K after the divvy split. He now has 5 million shares and $120,000 options. Pretty sure he's buying and selling calls CC for the last 3 years is what they're saying. Dude sold 4 times his money, got back in. Nearly a $250 million position. Crazy. All right, and again, we do have manufacturing and services PMI later today, chat. So we do have, or I don't think we have services PMI, but we do have ISM manufacturing PMI data today at 10 a.m., which is big. We at 9:45, I think we have S&P PMI. Freaking politics, man. Politics are heating up, dude. I hate the whole realm of politics. Dude, I want to buy this house, but it's got an HOA. So I want to buy this rental property, but it's got an HOA. And I'm scared of HOAs, dude. I really am. A Fortnite pro player forgot his stream was on, and I can't even say what he did on stream because he forgot his stream was going. But what a ridiculous thing to do, bro. Oh man, I don't even want to talk about this. I just seen it on, what a ridiculous news story. But it happened. Yeah, I can't even really be specific here. Crazy. Abolish. HOAs suck. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm worried about. You're scared of HOAs until there's a junk collector next door. What do you think would happen if his Twitter got hacked and it's all fake? I mean, I think we'd get massive corrections, but I don't think there's any chance that that's happened. Because if it did, we'd already would have heard from him. He already would have sent out messages on other platforms saying, hey, my Twitter account got hacked, right? And so that obviously didn't happen, but if it did, we'd get some big corrections. Yeah, we don't have an HOA where I live now, but I'm picking up a rental property and I'm worried about that. I'll have to read the rules. The house I'm looking at is really nice, though. It's got, like, I don't even want to be too specific, but it's got, like, a freaking pond in the background. I'm sure I could probably Airbnb it if I wanted to, because it's got a freaking bass pond in the background. I'm thinking about it. So this week we have ISM services, or we have ISM manufacturing PMI today. We've got ISM manufacturing PMI today. So the Institute of Supply Management PMI data. That's the biggest one. We have, we got ISM PMI today, Flash manufacturing S&P PMI as well. Tomorrow we got the JOLTS report, the JOLTS job report at 10. Wednesday we got ADP non-farm, the prelim payroll data. ISM services PMI at 10 a.m. Non-farm productivity and S&P Flash services PMI at 9:45. And the trade deficit at 8:30. Thursday, we get jobless claims numbers. Friday, we get non-farm payrolls and unemployment. Every day is busy this week. C3 AI. I heard C3 AI was, man, look at CRM ripping up again, dude. Yeah, C3 is up there. I'm not in C3, though. No, I've got other income streams and investments. I'm certainly not a full-time trader. I certainly don't live off of my trading profits. I'm not even claiming to be a good trader. I'm better at swing trading and investing than I am day trading for sure. but you're green on all your positions, John. You must be a good trader. I'm certainly not green on all my positions. Again, I am green on about 75% of my swing trades. And so, which again, anybody that understands trading knows that that's really solid. Like, that's really solid. Like, it's very good. The ones I'm down on, I'm not down very much at all. So I am not down over $100 on any of the ones I'm down on either. So very small losses, and I'm up over $100 on a lot of the other ones. So, that kind of gives you an interesting look at my positions. But yeah. Is there an echo? Thursday's not super busy. I would say Wednesday and Friday are the busiest days this week. Wednesday and Friday. I don't think we have any earnings this week. Let me make sure, though. But I think Wednesday and Friday are the biggest days. In terms of economic reports, that is. Wednesday, we have non-farm employment, prelim non-farm data, ISM services, PMI, non-farm productivity. Also, tomorrow, the JOLTS report tomorrow is pretty big. It's not small. The JOLTS report will probably have over 1,000 people watching that one here as well. So it just depends. CrowdStrike Tuesday, tomorrow evening, we got CrowdStrike and a couple other tech stocks. Dollar Tree, Lululemon on Wednesday as well. So Lululemon earnings. Yeah, swing trading. I'm much better at swing trading and investing than I am day trading. And I have no problem admitting that. My channel is mostly economic reports and stuff like that. So it's not like we're a pure day trading channel. That's just not what we are, When did you turn into a YouTube? I started live streaming 5-6 years ago. But again, we make pretty good money doing it. Like, people don't, anytime, if you can get over 100 people live watching your channel, you can make 50,000+ a year doing YouTube streams. Just depends, right? It depends on the niche, depends on the sector. But finance is one of the most profitable ones. And, yeah, and we have much more than 100 people watching every stream. So, Again, GameStop mostly flat. We'll see if the opening bell treats us better. We're in GameStop. We're in AMC. Again, my average price on GameStop is $15.16. We'll see if that holds. Yeah, so did you guys hear Mike Tyson and Jake Paul is called off? This is what I'm trying to say. People acted like Tyson was about to win. Tyson couldn't even make it to fight day, bro. Like, he's too old, man. He was never going to win. It was never going to happen. I'm not going to say I told you guys so. Tyson couldn't even make it to the fight. How in the world is he about to beat? Again, Jake Paul's not even that good of a boxer, but Tyson's 60 years old, man. Of course he's not about to win. Yeah, GameStop options are going to have crazy. I'm curious how much you make from those Powell streams. I'll tell you if you want to know. So, like, per Powell stream, right? From YouTube itself, I probably make $400 to $600. For the big Powell streams. Like, the really big Powell streams are like Nvidia earnings. I probably make like $400 to $600 from YouTube itself. Outside of that, though, I'm making thousands from those streams. So yeah, it depends on how many viewers we get, right? But yeah. Tyson would have won. Yeah, dude, that Poirier versus Makhachev fight was great. Respect to Poirier, the Louisiana guy. I'm from Louisiana. I wanted Poirier to win. I was watching the fight. Good fight, close fight. But Makachev, I told, like, again, does anybody remember the picks that I gave last week? Does anybody remember them? I'm pretty sure I got like 7 out of 8 of them right. I'm pretty sure I was only wrong about one of those picks in terms of, I'm pretty sure I was right about most of them. Because people ask me who I had for them, right? And I'm pretty sure I said Makachev, Strickland, Holland. I think I said Morono, which is the one guy that I was wrong about. I said Randy Brown. I said Jalton Almeida. I don't think I gave one of the other ones. But yeah, I was right about all of them except for one, which was, you know, I got to give it to the dude from Houston, though. Like, to put it into perspective, like, I trained jiu-jitsu, and Alex Morono, I've never met him. I've never trained with him or anything like that. But he does train around Louisiana and Houston. And so I got to give it to the Houston jiu-jitsu guy. Even though Nico Price is just good, man. He's just good. Yeah, dude, Makachev, those striking skills, man. He's legit, dude. Nobody can, you know. I thought he looked a little vulnerable this fight, but Poirier really is good. Poirier's weird, man. Like, when you look at him strike, it's not the fastest strikes, but they've got some power behind them, and they're sneaky, you know. They're sneaky. Yeah, again, Strickland obviously won, man. People underestimate Strickland because they hate him so much, because he's so freaking controversial. The song he played was dumb, too. Like, I don't know if y'all heard the song Strickland played, but the UFC's got to hate him, man. But his striking's legit. You can't knock his striking. That Philly shell and those leg kicks, bro. Those steep kicks and that Philly shell defense, man. He's found a really good combination of offense and defense where he does those little steeps, pushes them back, does the steeps, does the Philly shell so you can't really hit him. Really smart, you know, but boring. Just not fun to watch at all. Yeah, Gamestop sideways for the last hour and a half here. GameStop's mostly flat, rectangular over the last hour and a half here. We'll see what happens. I'm waiting for it. I'm in it. I hope it goes up. No, we don't have any 8:30 news today. The big news today is at 9:45 and 10 a.m. We got Flash PMI and ISM Manufacturing PMI data dropping. So, yeah, we don't have any 8:30 news today. All right, looking at NVIDIA test highs. NVIDIA is starting to break highs. Yeah, I'm looking at other stuff too. I'm waiting, but NVIDIA trying, AMC trying. They're mostly flat. Tech stocks are booming. C3 AI, Intel. C3 AI, Intel is up. What else are we up? Meta is up. Of course, GameStop, AMC both up after Roaring Kitty debuted a massive positions. Again, I am in GameStop 15.16 average price. All right, so we got about 800 people here. Thank you, Darren, for becoming a member. Appreciate it, brother. Thanks so much. How's oil, John? Where's oil at right now? I haven't been with the conflicts overseas. I'm assuming oil has been having green action, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, oil has had mostly green year. It's been pulling back though. The question is, do you think it's time to buy the dip in oil? Oil futures right now, $77 here. No, I can enter right now. Big. Anybody can enter right now. You just got to use a limit order. Its cost going to be the same as AMC and GameStop. It might be. It moved a lot in 2021. KOSS, Headphones, BB. A lot of these meme stocks. Nokia. A lot of these moved in 2021 with AMC and GameStop. But I don't know if they're moving now. KOSS is gapping up. Nokia is gapping up. What was the other one? BB? BlackBerry's gapping up too. So a lot of the same meme stocks are moving some. Yeah, so a lot of these are moving. We'll see if we get some better action here. New keyboard, bro. Should I do a new typing test today? All right, guys. 7 minutes left until 8:30. We don't really have anything big. I don't know how long I'm going to hold GameStop here, chat. I really don't know, man. Again, the risk reward is small for me. I'm just going to sit in it probably, but who knows? Robinhood. Is Robinhood? See, Robinhood is gapping up, which is interesting because Robinhood, traders turned on Robinhood after they took away the buy button in 2021. A lot of traders stopped using Robinhood. So they're gapping up today with GameStop is strange. You know, I'm sure they're going to try to get the trader support back from that community, but you also got to look at it from like they took away the buy button. They protected the big hedge funds in those moments. Right, exactly. Be like low risk. I'm going to be loose with mine. I'm not super concerned about it. People acting like I bet my life savings on it. Of course not. See, my portfolio is still pushing up here. AMC's doing right. GameStop's doing right. Honeywell also doing well too. I took some off of Home Depot. We're in Intel. Coca-Cola we're green on. Nike, Nvidia, Palantir, Roblox, Shopify bouncing back up some too. That's nice. All right, we're gonna keep holding these. Yeah, I mean, Robinhood is good, but again, they lost a lot of the meme trader support, is what happened. Like, they lost a lot of the meme trader support. Dude, pickleball, the sport, is like picking up big or whatever. But it looks fun. I've never played it. Never played it. Bro, I am the wimp. I am the runt of my dad's side of the family, bro. Bunch of freaking Viking people over here, dude. So I'm 5'11", right? So I'm not short, okay? But I am literally the runt of my dad's side of the family. I'm looking at all these old pictures. You do any world traveling? Buy stock at pickleball? I don't know, dude. I don't know enough about pickleball. I'm addicted to pickleball. It's so much fun. Gotta get out and see the world. I mean, I've seen the world, man. I've lived in Canada. I've lived in Michigan. Been to Mexico, you know. Traveled a lot. Been to almost every state in the country. Haven't been overseas to, like, Europe. But to be honest, man. And my last name's London, too. So, like, I've always wanted to go. But yeah, I don't know. I know, like, England's getting worse and more dangerous, to be honest. And so, I don't know, man. All right, guys. So again, looking at Nvidia up to 1130s here. So Nvidia's starting to rise. I'm trying to see if any other tech stocks like Meta, Amazon. Amazon's mostly flat. Google's up to 170s. My average price is 150s for Google. General Motors. I'm from the UK. Yeah, my last name's London, so like again, I'm not really Viking. I mean, I don't know. My middle name is Viking for sure. Like, it's definitely Nordic. My last name's London, but, you know, when you understand the history of, like, you know, Vikings and London, you know that they kind of intertwined and meshed in history, so, but yeah. But again, I am the runt of my dad's side of the family. I'm trying to draw this so you guys can't see him too much. Let me see. I'm trying to make this so that you can't see. I want to be respectful of them. My daughter's in there, so you can see her and my wife too. But I am the runt of my dad's side. Like, look, there's me, right? Female cousin, aunt. Like, they're all taller than me, bro. I'm 5'11", so like they're over 6 foot. Some of them are like 6 foot. And like, I'm really like the runt. These guys are taller than me now too. He's definitely taller than me. He's taller than me too now. But man, Ragnar of stocks. It's definitely not Ragnar. You would have a hard time guessing it. Yeah, exactly, Sam. I'm not trying to go there, dude. Yeah. Japan looks really cool. I'd love to go to Japan. Yeah, I don't even think AI knows my. Let me see. Yeah, you're not. The good thing about my name is that it's gonna be hard to search. You're gonna get a lot of Jack London, the writer, references if you. But yeah, Thailand looks fun. A little sketchy though, but still fun. Apparently, there's a John London journalist. Give me more info on John London, the journalist. Yeah, Roaring Kitty Billionaire. Yeah, it's 8:30. There's nothing dropping at 8:30 though. Nvidia move it up. You can see nothing really moved. AMC up there as well. There's the SPY. SPY at 528. I always want to look up people with my last name because there were only 3 families that migrated here with the last name London. One of them was actually German, believe it or not. One of them was like a physicist. Oh, here he is. Yeah. Interesting enough, he kind of looks like my dad's side of the family. I'm sure we're at least slightly related to the journalist, John London, the journalist from Ohio. Interesting. My GameStop average is 1860s. Hey, nice, man. Yeah, Call of the Wild, like Jack London, the writer. Yeah, I heard the tech there is really fun, man. Somebody said I went to Japan last year for 2 months. Very impressive. Cheap travel. Yeah, I heard the tech is really interesting. Like they have implemented and meshed a lot of really good technology there that we haven't yet, is what I've heard. So I'd love to go there one day. Again, as a tech nerd myself, that's kind of like Tech Central. All right, so Nvidia up there, SPY pulled it down a little bit. GameStop still flat, so it made the big run. It's pulling back a little bit. I think we got to kind of look at the support levels underneath us here. There we go. So I think that's the level on GameStop I'm looking at. They had VR back in '96. Yeah, I mean, anybody that's ever seen the movie First Kid might understand. You know, there's this big thing about the Mandela effect, and the argument for the Mandela effect. They use this movie that never existed called Shazam, right? But again, people are remembering it wrong. I'm telling you, like, people are remembering. There was never a movie called Shazam, right? And you might say, "Oh no, I remember a movie called Shazam." You're wrong. Okay, there was two movies that people are kind of getting mixed up in their mind. There was a movie called First Kid, which had Sinbad in it, and it had this other kid. He was like Sinbad's bodyguard, being the president's son, right? He was Sinbad. Sinbad was his like bodyguard, and they did a bunch of stuff, right? And he was kind of like, he looked after them, was kind of like a father figure to the kid and all that stuff. That's a movie called First Kid, right? In that movie, they have a virtual reality thing. That movie was made in like '95. They got a kid playing VR in that movie. The second movie was a movie called Kazam, which had Shaq in it and had some other kid where Shaq was a genie. And so people are remembering both of those movies, and they're combining them in their mind to think that they were the same movie. And so they're getting it mixed up, thinking Sinbad was the genie, but it was really Shaq, and and Sinbad was the kids. Like so they're getting those two movies mixed up in their mind, and they're thinking there was a movie called Shazam that there never was, right? That's really what it is. Again, if you look, First Kid, right? First Kid with Shaq, or with Sinbad. It's a Disney movie. You can find these movies on Disney Plus nowadays, right? First Kid with Sinbad, and then you got Kazam with Shaq. That's what people remember. Because I remember Kazam. I saw in theaters when it came out. Those are two movies that people are combining in their head, and they're getting them mixed up. Yeah, the Star Wars one. Yeah, First Kid, dude. What a great movie. But again, I think people want to believe different things, and so they end up going with it. All right, guys. We got less than an hour before the market opens. SPY pull it back here. It might be time to buy that dip. We'll see. I'm not saying you're wrong, but my brain refuses to believe there wasn't just two Shazam movies. I know, but bro, they're getting them mixed up. They're getting First Kid and Kazam mixed up together. They're combining those two and they're making it Shazam, but it's not. It's First Kid with Sinbad. Anybody that grew up in the 90s, like, listen, I remember both of those movies. I remember Kazam. It was never Shazam. It was Kazam, and I remember First Kid, right? And they're swapping out the genie for Sinbad, but it really is both of those two movies that they're just combining in their head, right? And it's gotten so big that people want to believe it now with like confirmation bias. Like they want to believe it because it means that, you know, but that's what it was. It was Kazam and it was First Kid, and they're thinking of those two movies and they're getting them mixed up, and they're thinking there was a movie called Shazam. No, it was always Shaq. You know, it was always Shaq. Yeah, Blank Check. Great kids movie. Blank Check. I remember Blank Check. Loved that movie as a kid. My favorite movies. These are some of my favorite movies as a kid. Heavyweights, Blank Check, First Kid, you know, with Sinbad in it. Yeah, Like Mike, you know, Like Mike. Space Jam. I saw a lot of these in theaters. You're probably right, though. Yeah, I think a lot of people are so like wrapped up in the Mandela effect that, you know, that they want to believe is true. but you know, it is what it is. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You squeeze an AMC? No, dude. AMC's got too many shares for me to squeeze. We could all buy AMC at one time. It's not going to move AMC at all. So there was a John London radio personality. What I find very interesting is that there's a lot of John Londons. They almost all work in the media and like talk show hosts, radio shows. Like very strange because it's similar to what I'm doing, man. There was a John London radio personality known for his show John London's House Party on KKBT. Huh. This was John London from John London's House Party. Wait, where'd he go? There he is. Spelled the same as mine, too. Interesting. AI, dude. AI just helping me out. Home Alone. Yeah, Home Alone's good, but it's holiday. This is Sandlot, yeah. You're thinking of Rookie of the Year, James. You're thinking of Rookie of the Year. He said, what's the baseball movie with the kid that had the pro pitcher arm? Yeah, you're thinking of Rookie of the Year. That's a great movie, too. I loved Rookie of the Year. I was a baseball kid. Like, I used to hang out at the LSU baseball games a lot as a kid. My mom would go tailgate there for LSU baseball, and I would hang out there and play it. They used to have a playground and, like, a bunch. They still do, I think, but. Yeah, we're going to cover PMI today. PMI drops at 10, though, so we still got, like, over an hour before it comes out. Hamster or gerbil? To be honest, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know the difference between a hamster and a gerbil. I'm assuming hamsters are hairier, but I might be wrong. All I know is we had pet hamsters, Vladimir. Their names were Vladimir and Borishkov. Where we had two Russian hamsters. Their name was Vladimir and Borishkov. This was like 10 years ago, though. And so, again, I still don't know the difference between a hamster and a gerbil. Angels in the Outfield, great movie. Yeah, great movie. Any kid baseball movie, I know it. Little Big League's good, too. All right, guys. GameStop still trying here. It's at 40s. Let's see AMC. SPY pulling back. Market's neutral. AMC's flat as well. NVIDIA's pushing up, though. NVIDIA's consolidating right around the highs. It's really high up there. Yeah, League of Their Own was good. A little bit more of a girl movie, but that's okay. I watched it as a kid still. My wife freaking loves that movie. Like, she will literally try to get us to watch League of Their Own at least once a month. And it's good. It's good, you know. You know, I was surprised. The last time we watched it was like a week ago. I always thought that Gina Davis played both young and old. Is it Betty? Whatever the lady's name was. I always thought Gina Davis played both the old lady and the young version of herself in that movie. But they're two different people. They just look exactly alike, which was shocking. You know, I found that out a week ago. Again, we watch it so much. I all know all this trivial nonsense about it. Yeah, I'm looking at market news here, chat. All right, so Spirit Airlines appointed an interim CFO. GameStop's still trying to hold CVS. MicroStrategy is going to be directly related to Bitcoin, to be honest. So Bitcoin over 70K this morning, just popped over 70,000 this morning. That's obviously going to be good for MicroStrategy. So yeah, so again, Bitcoin over 70K, obviously going to be good for MicroStrategy. We'll see if it holds, but yeah. And again, if you haven't already, check out Apex. If you want to day trade with me, we're going to day trade some today. I haven't day traded yet, but we're going to pull it up. I don't know if I made money on Friday or not. Let me see. I feel like I did, but it was a very volatile day, in all honesty. But again, if you haven't already, try out Apex. If you want to day trade, most day traders lose. That's probably the same here as well. Most day traders are going to lose, right? But it's a lot cheaper to lose a funded account program than it is to put up 5K yourself and lose that. Most day traders lose. I don't care what course you take, who you follow. Most day traders are going to lose. So try a funded account program first. Do not risk 5,000 of your own money trying to look cool. Again, a funded account program. In futures, you can day trade the S&P, day trade the NASDAQ, basically day trade the SPY and Q price action. Patterns are very similar to blue chip stocks. And in these funded account programs, they give you a demo. They test your skill with a demo. If you could pass the test with the demo, they fund you between 25 to 300,000 with a 90% split. So if you lose, you're only out what you pay for it. The base one is like 25 bucks a month. For the time being, for the next 15 hours, you can get the 250K one, which if you pass it, you get 250K in funding with a 90% split. You can get that one for $16 pre-tax. It's like 18 bucks roughly after tax. You got to use my coupon code BT, but again, you got 15 hours to do it, I think. And you can buy a bunch of them too, so you can keep trying until you pass it and eventually have 250K in funding. You just got to follow their rules. But again, a great way to learn day trading, limited risk. If you lose, it's not the end of the world. You know, you're out 18 bucks if you lose the 251. And again, most day traders lose. So it's just a lot easier than putting up 5, 6, 7, 8,000, 10,000 of your own money and almost certainly losing that. And if you want to try to day trade stocks, you're going to need 25K in a margin account to do so freely. If not, you're going to be restricted by the PDT rule, which means you can only day trade 3 times a week with a margin account. If you got a cash account, you can only go long. You got to wait a day for your funds to settle. It's just not super easy to do it. But here, check out that link if you want to help support the channel. They are a sponsor, though. I'm biased because they pay me money, but there's the link. Anyways, we're going to put up Trade Evade here. We did make some money, I think, on last week's Friday's trading day here. You know, I'm thinking about buying this dip. You know, the SPY. Q pulling back to some major milestone levels, and we've been in this trend for so long. I'm gonna buy one contract here. See if we get a bounce. This is day trading futures, very similar to day trading stocks. The only difference mostly is the sizing. This is a Trade Evade, so a web-based platform. Alright, we're flat, we're green a little bit. I'm getting ready to cut this. Ooh, we popped back up. Let me wait, but almost cut it right there. You can see this blue line is my entry. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut that. So we lost less than 50 bucks there. We'll wait. I'm already in Gamestop. I've been in Gamestop most of this run. I bought Gamestop a long time ago, and I've been in it. My average price is 15.16s for Gamestop. 15.16s. Does anyone have thoughts on AMD and UiPath? I feel like these are being completely good follow-up stocks, low entry. Yeah, I mean, I bought AMD not that long ago, rode the bounce, and then sold. I don't know how I feel about it right now. I don't know when you should sell GameStop. I'm not going to be the one to tell you yes or no. I'm going to do a poll right now, chat, and the poll is going to ask, is GameStop a buy at these levels? Yes or no? We would have called a little bounce there too. Also, I'm going to throw this in sub-only mode, so if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, chat. I appreciate it. We did break 140,000 subscribers here, so hey, I appreciate the love. Thanks so much. Yeah, we put it in sub-only mode. Hit that subscribe button, chat, if you haven't already. I appreciate it. I'm in AMC as well. I'm down on AMC, but I am in it. I have no idea if GameStop goes up or down at open. I really don't know. No idea there. Nobody does. Like we can guess. That's kind of what I'm doing, is just guessing. All right, so we're starting to head up. Let's see if the market holds. See, this is the NASDAQ 100. This is basically the QQQ price action. Little Giants, bro. Yeah, hey, Little Giants, a great movie. That was like my first favorite football movie. Yeah, definitely top 3.5. Top 3.25 streams in the world right now, Sam. Yeah, Rookie of the Year is good. Yeah, you're a little delayed. Hit the live button. You'll catch back up. I'm gonna buy this dip again and see if we catch a bounce. There we go. A little bit of a gain. I like my entry here. There's up $10. Where's my entry? I thought this blue line was it. Or is this blue line something that I've drawn? All right, we're up 20. Starting to creep. 15, 20. There you go, 40. All right, so we just covered it. So we're basically flat on the day. Just kind of scalp that move. And again, this is why futures market makes sense, because you can day trade short, buy market, sell market. Very similar to day trading stocks. Yeah, somebody talked to me about Apex and payouts. So Apex processes payouts twice a month, right? So if you look at them, people can say whatever they want about Apex, but like you can see the payouts that they process here. You know, you can see where they're located. Location, Brazil, US, New Jersey, Cali, Texas, Cali, Germany. You know, you see all the payouts they process here. But they're just starting to process them again. There's pages and pages of payouts. So if you ever wondered how legit they are, again, if you want to check them out, here's the link. Yeah, I saw the Uno reverse card. All right, so we're kind of flat here in futures. Again, we do have manufacturing and services PMI going, not services. We did get a dip here. Part of me wants to buy this dip. I don't know if I should. I forgot we had PMI data, so I'm scheduling the stream ready for that. So we got this dip. I'm gonna buy this dip again, try to see if we get a pop back up, but it's a risky level because it could break down fast. There we go, got a little pop. Retrace so fast on me. We're mostly flat on the day, so we're all good. I want to give it a chance though, so we're up 10, 15. We'll give it a little time to retrace. Nvidia pulling right down to the VWAP level. All right, so we just cut it. We just got out scalping it. We're green on the day now, finally, so that's nice. Give more predictions? I don't really give predictions. Like, I tell you stocks that I like sometimes and stocks that I don't like. But I don't ever really, like, give big predictions or anything like that. That's just not really my style, brother. You know, I tell people I'm not an expert, like, you know. See, that bounce worked too. All right, chat. So, let me get rid of some of this. We're going to be day trading. We got Gamestop squeezing up crazy. Some data live. Sitting flat. My portfolio is nicely green though. We're up over $100 today in equities. All right. All right, so there we go. So still dipping down. Alright, so there's a flush down. I might buy this dip again too. So yeah, I'll have to try 2 contracts here. We got a little cushion. So again, this is kind of day trading futures. Little retracement back up. Let's see if we pop. I like it because we got a little bit of room here. A lot of times people cover at these bottom levels, which is kind of why I try to attack like buys. All right, so we just covered. So we're up about 50 bucks on the day, kind of scalping these moves. Again, a lot of time people buy or cover like short positions at these levels. So you get a lot of buys showing up down there. That's kind of why we attack them. %10 of the time it works every time. Now the 90% off deal is still there for Apex, so you can still get 90% off. All right, so we did bounce back a lot, so we did catch that. So we're slightly green on the day. Bounced right back here. All right, so we did get a really big bounce back. We're at 18.6.8. NVIDIA bouncing right at the VWAP here, which is dragging the market up. This is what I thought would happen here. I'm going to put a Gamestop up on the top right. Here, I'm going to change the song. Let's go. Here, let me find the music here, chat. I mean, what do y'all think? Do y'all want me to keep this song or change it? Are y'all feeling the song? I can always change it. This is an old playlist. AMC's volume surge. Yeah, so there's GameStop on the right. There's AMC. Look at the spike in the markets here. I kind of like the beat. I don't like the... All right, so look at this huge surge in the markets right now. All right, guys, so we're hanging out here. All right, chat. We're creeping up. Maybe I should have held my long position here. What else we got? All right, so we're retracing back. Let me see if we can buy this dip. ISM manufacturer. Yeah, we got like 56 minutes before ISM data comes out. So we got GameStop. I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller, shrink this here. So there's AMC, there's GameStop. We'll make that a little bit bigger. All right, guys, the Q up to 445. So the Q is riding up as well here. I don't know if I want to buy this dip. SPY looking good. Yeah, this is old music. Let me know if you like it. Again, it's old music. I'm kind of working in the background, but yeah. Hit that subscribe button as well, chat. I appreciate the love. Thanks so much. Pushing towards 150K next. That's a big level now. All right. I kind of want to buy this dip because it's testing the top of the range, but I also don't really trust it either. So look at the Q breaking highs again. GameStop AMC still stagnant, but Q breaking highs is up to 450, 420s here. Not really super major highs. 460.58 is the new lifetime high on the Q. I'll have to see what it is on the NQ. So we are ripping up. We're at 1870s. Q pushing up. AMC testing the 200 EMA. GameStop sitting right flat. Look at the Q breaking the highs here. So Q up to 18.7 thousand. No halting. Yeah, well, halting happens at the opening bell if it's going to happen. So if GameStop's going to halt, it's going to happen right at the opening bell, not before. We can't. The reason they're not going to get halted in pre-market is basically what I'm saying. Yeah, Friday was weird, man. Honestly, I looked at again, I've looked at my portfolio at the end of the day Friday, and I was much more green than I expected myself to be. So the market scared a lot of people and made people feel kind of weird because we had some crazy big movement on the upside at the end of the day Friday, but there was no real catalyst for it. So people were kind of sketched out by it, to be honest. Hope the SPY will keep going. Yeah, I mean, the SPY should be following us up with all of this, right? So the SPY should be going up with us. Who knows, though, for sure. It's really hard to tell what the SPY is going to do. Nvidia crashing down? Is it really? I mean, let me look. I doubt it's happening because the market wouldn't be pushing up. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously not Nvidia crashing. This candle doesn't mean a crash, brother. You know, ES just completed VWAP and VAH rotation. We got data later on today at Friday, so we got data in about 30 minutes. Yeah, we'll see if we get halts is the question. Yeah, there's no telling what's gonna happen at the opening bell. If you're in GameStop, what you want to watch is to see if we get halted movement up or down. Upward halted movement is generally good. If we're moving down and get halted, it's generally bad, right? But it depends. Yeah, so halted movement is basically market makers slowing us down. I'm gonna buy this dip. All right, so we just bought the dip, small position, but also not gonna hold it too long. Well, now we're basically flat on the day. I'm gonna have to cut this fast. If we break this low, I gotta cut it quickly. I want to see if we could retrace, but it's also too risky to hold too long. Because once these breakdowns happen, they can happen really quick. And I don't really want to get stuck in them. But we can also retrace back up there really fast. Hold on, guys. Alright, so we're back up some. Alright, now we're back to green. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. I'm going to get out flat. It's too risky. We broke down too much, so we ended up getting out completely flat there. Could have been a lot worse, but I just don't trust it to hold. Usually I would short something like this, and yeah, there's the breakdown. So we got out, protected ourselves like we should have. Oh man! All right. Are you usually concerned about the pullback that comes from a halt on the way up? Sometimes a halted stock will gap up, right? And then it can keep running. downward halts are the scarier ones. Like if a stock gets halted on the downside, most of the time it's going to gap down, and who knows how low it's going to go. And sometimes it gets halted again and again and again and again. And so you just got to be really careful with halted stocks. I'm hoping we don't get halted at all. I don't think it's necessarily justifiable to halt GameStop right now, just because it gapped up some. The range is pretty small right now, so I couldn't imagine that. I wouldn't understand it if they halted it again, although who knows why they're halting it, who knows what they choose to do there. Alright guys, so we got so we did get a dip, no halts in PM. Yeah, we got 13 minutes, chat. Buddy, ready, man? All right, my kids are going somewhere, so. How are you trading on one screen, the futures and stocks? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure how to answer that. I am, Yeah, my kids are leaving. All right, guys, NVIDIA consolidating sideways, trying to move back up. We got 10 minutes left, less than 10 minutes. Ugh. Don't need much data to scalp. I mean, we do a little bit of everything, brother. Yeah, again, I've got two 34-inch ultra wides here and here, and then I've got 27-inch. I'm probably about to replace all of these monitors with two 49 inches. So one 49-inch on the top, one 49-inch on the bottom. That's probably what I'm about to do. Swing day trading, you don't need a ton of information. You just need knowledge. Swing trading, you need information, but you also need knowledge as well. It just depends. There's a lot of strategies, a lot of nuance behind all of it. You know, it's not as easy just to answer, yeah, you need this or that. It's certainly more complicated than that. I don't trade options at all. I trade futures contracts. This is Apex's funded account program. Again, if you want to day trade, futures is probably, most pro traders day trade futures over stocks because there's no PDT in futures. You can day trade short. You don't need 25K in a margin account to day trade futures, and you can day trade essentially the SPY, essentially the QQQ. No PDT rule in those. You can day trade the NASDAQ, which is what the NASDAQ E-mini, which is what the QQQ tracks, and you can trade the S&P E-mini, which is what the SPY tracks. Patterns are very similar to blue chips. No PDT rule. You can day trade short, all that good stuff. And in the futures market, these funded account programs, they give you a demo. They test your skill with the demo account first. If you pass the test, they fund you. This is a 50K funded account on Apex, right? So they gave me a demo, tested my skill. I passed the test. They funded me this 50K with a 90% split. If I make 20K, I get to keep 18 of that since they're funding me that money, which is 90%. Only to take this challenge, it costs like $35 a month. So very cheap. And so if you want to get started for a smaller amount, that's the way you do it. Most day traders are still probably going to lose because most day traders lose, but it's a lot cheaper to try this out than it is to put up 5K and lose that, which is what most other day traders historically have done. It's just a much riskier endeavor. I appreciate it, Jeanette. Thank you. Yeah, if you want to check it out, there's the link. You can use BT coupon code. It'll get you the max discount always. They are sponsored, though. I'm biased. I always tell you the same thing. BPTH, bro. It's been so long since I heard that simple name, and it is a terrible, terrible company, brother. Like, I always wonder who gets wrapped up buying these stocks, man. Like, you know, I think there's a lot of smart people that get talked into doing some really dumb stuff. And day trading these, or like investing in these companies. Like, look at this downtrend. Like, this is, BPTH has always been a sketchy, terrible company. Who invests in this stuff, man? Who is funding these companies? Like, these are some of the worst downward trends I've ever seen. But yet somehow people find buyers. Like, again, I'll say it again. Most successful companies are never penny stocks. Like, again, penny stock investors have this misconception that Apple was once a penny stock and it grew to where it is now, or Amazon was once a penny stock and it grew to where it is now. That's wrong. Most of those stocks were never penny stocks. If a company is weak enough to where it gets to be under $5 a share, it's almost certainly a terrible company. You know, so like, don't waste your money on these things, man. They're terrible. Like, be smarter than that. Like, most investments are going to be most of the successful investments are going to be healthy blue chip companies. Even if you have a small account, you could buy 1, 2, 3 shares, make more than you would in penny stock investments with less risk, right? It just makes no sense to fund those companies. Yeah, I mean, you might be right. I didn't look at it today. BPTH, I'm just surprised it's still around. Matthew. I'm just surprised it's still around, to be honest. Yeah, I've never thought about opening up a short fund, a short report fund more than when SPCE failed. Like, these were companies, I said SPCE would fail. I said Beyond Meat would fail. I said Peloton would fail, you know? But I don't like shorting companies, to be honest. Try the MNQ M4. Try throwing an M. M is in Mark in front of it, Jeanette. It'll be the micro E-mini. It'll be smaller size is what it'll be. So you don't have to, you know, risk so much. Yeah, it could. It doesn't mean it will, though, guy. Does what you said about stocks under $5 mean AMC is at risk for being delisted from the New York Stock Exchange? No. AMC's over $5. It hasn't been under $5 long enough to be at risk. You know, and there are outliers where you do have objective value, but they're rare. So we're dipping down a little bit. We still got 3 minutes until the opening bell. 3 minutes. Again, we do have manufacturing and services PMI. That's the big report today, is ISM manufacturing and services. We got JOLTS. Next week we got CPI, PPI. When's the next FOMC meeting? Next meeting is... okay, so next week... Oh... When was the last FOMC meeting? I'm trying to see what... Okay, so the minutes report came out May 22nd. I think MarketWatch actually has this wrong. So I think, yeah, so June 12th is when the next FOMC meeting is. Gamestop back over $40 a share. June 12th is when the next FOMC meeting is. They're calling it the minutes report. So next week is a crazy freaking busy week. Because next week we have CPI, we have PPI, we've got the Fed minute, or we got the FOMC meeting, and import-export prices, consumer sentiment. Next week's incredibly busy. Do we have any earnings? All right, look at the SPY and the NASDAQ break highs again. Look at NVIDIA shooting up. NVIDIA ripping over highs again as well. Look at NVIDIA up to 1130s. I don't think we do. Let me see. Next week. Earnings season's basically done, you know. All right, guys, here's the opening bell in 1 minute, chat. 1 minute. Oh, we got GameStop earnings Tuesday as well next week. So, yeah, so GameStop earnings are next week. That should be craziness. I don't think they're going to do an earnings call. They haven't done an earnings call in a minute. And so I don't think they're going to do an earnings call. We also have Adobe earnings. But, yeah, GameStop earnings are next week also. So next week's the actual FOMC meeting where we do it live. Yeah, so that'll be where Powell speaks. Yeah. So right now we're in a blackout period, so we don't have any Fed speeches leading into the report next week, right? It's going to be next Wednesday. It's also CPI day, which is, you know, of course, a crazy, ridiculously busy day next week. So yeah, that's what it is. So yeah. Again, ISM manufacturing PMI data 10 a.m. today at 9:45. turning. Alright, there's the opening bell. GameStop's pulling back a little bit, but the market's moving up. Target is what's dipping now. Glad I took some off at the opening bell. I'll probably take a little bit more off just to protect the trade. This goes up so much so quickly. I'm just gonna lock that profit in so I don't end up giving it back. AMC's trying to break. Nvidia's up there too, but it's pulling back some. GameStop's stagnant, flat. The good news is it hasn't halted yet, though. AMC still trying to push. Nasdaq's dipping down a little bit now as well, though. Yeah, not this Wednesday. It's next Wednesday, Justin. So it's not this week. It's next week. And then what is flying up right now? It's not Nvidia. Something in my portfolio is flying up all of a sudden. Netflix, Shopify, Snapchat. Alright, so there's AMC dipping down. The good news is that, wait, is GameStop halted? Bro, it didn't even have any, like, GameStop is now halted, guys. Unbelievable that they halted this thing already, bro. It didn't even have that much pressure, dude. Like, that's strange, man. Like, it didn't even have that much pressure for GameStop, and they halted it. Why? Like, why, market makers? That makes no sense. Like, what's the purpose of halting GameStop at this level? Like, the volume wasn't that crazy. It's a $40 stock. You know, having over 1 million shares in volume at the open is not a crazy thing for a stock like this. Why are they halting it like that? It doesn't make any sense. And they do it on the downside, too. It's strange, man. It's strange. All right, guys, Nvidia is ripping up. All right, love you. Nvidia is ripping up, guys. Nvidia at 1140s. Which has greater impact on the market, PMI or ISM PMI? ISM PMI definitely has a bigger weight on market is what I'll call it. Definitely has a bigger weight. Now, again, anything can happen. Sorry, I was talking about Wi-Fi. I muted it for a second. But yeah, definitely has a bigger weight. ISM PMI does. But it can vary either way. Nvidia pushing up. Again, GameStop halted. GameStop will resume at 36 in 2 minutes, roughly 1.5 minutes. GameStop will resume. AMC's mostly flat, though. It's just really weird, to be honest. It's very strange that GameStop gets halted with not that crazy of movement here. And it does seem intentional, to be honest. Like, it does seem like they want to slow the stock down, if I'm looking at it honestly. Nvidia ripping up, though. So Nvidia's flying up here. Okay, maybe it is a 7% circuit breaker halt. No, like, okay, it didn't move 7%. It moved about $3 a share for a $41 stock. That's not 7%. Or maybe it is. Let me see. 3 is what percent of 41? We'll just call it 40 to be safe. 7.5%. Okay, so yeah, it did move 7.5%. I guess that's why, but it's still strange though. Like, stocks move more than 7% all the time. Why is GameStop so rigid with that thing? You know? Market's turning here. Again, we've been too flat for me to take any major trades. We're up about 50 bucks on the day. But like, too many up wicks and down wicks here in the NASDAQ for me to feel really comfortable trading or anything like that. It's just too volatile, to be honest here. Yeah, so it's too choppy, too sideways. We'll see if we get some range, though. All right, so we should open up right now for GameStop. Let's see. Yeah, but this was 7% in like... This was 7% in like a couple minutes, not just 1 minute. It's strange. You know, like, look. Yeah, all right, so GameStop's open. It's at 35.30s now. 35.30s. It's back up to 36.30s. Like, here's GameStop right here on the right side. It gapped down. You can see it. All right, it's down to 35s. It's at 36s again. We're gonna put, let me see what Apple's doing real quick. All right, so GameStop's back up. Look at Apple test highs. All right, so GameStop is actually flushing down here too, but the market is rebounding back up. We're at 34s. My average price in AMC is 10s. Not the best average there, but that's okay. All right, look at the NASDAQ here. We're too choppy for me to really want to buy anything up. We do have PMI data dropping in about 6 minutes. Or in about, I'm sorry, in about 7 minutes. Nvidia's ripping over highs, though, so we still got a little bit of time to take some trades if we find some. Our GameStop bouncing back up. I kind of want to buy this up. It just depends on what Nvidia does here. And again, this is trading on futures, in the futures market, guys. So I can day trade, short, buy market, sell market, and futures. No PDT restrictions. I'm going to go ahead and buy this dip, and we're going to take another risky trade. Definitely a risky trade. I just want to see if Nvidia makes that run up. This is taking too long to hold. I got to cut half of it. I want to cover the GameStop breakdown too. All right, so now we're right back up. We're green on the rest. I want to give it time to run. If Nvidia breaks highs, that's what I'm holding this for. There we go. Keep it up. Nice. I should have held both positions, but it's all right. Get some music playing. Again, we got PMI data in about 5 minutes. All right, I'm going to cut this. Just too risky and too volatile. We lost a little bit, but I'm going to wait until PMI data comes out probably to take some more trades there. I'm going to put GameStop up. There's GameStop and AMC. We'll see if we get a better movement in price. So Nvidia's right there at the highs. You're gonna pop. Crazy volatility coming in equities, but again, we're kind of sitting tight. Maybe PMI will help us here. I don't know. PMI data drops in about 5 minutes, chat. 5 minutes. AMC is halted too. See, AMC on the downside halted. GameStop starting to bounce back up. It's at like 35 bucks. 35 bucks. All right, so we scalped a little bit more, but in our futures contract. Yeah, well, no. So we have 2 drops of PMI today, guys. So again, we're up $80 in this portfolio, just so you can see it here. Let me show you. So we're up about 80 bucks today scalping. PMI drops. There's one PMI that drops at 10 a.m. It's the bigger one. It's the ISM PMI. We also have another one that drops specifically at. Hold on. Let me pull this up. We have one that drops specifically at. Here, I got too much windows up. Oh, dude, I should have held that position. We got one that drops specifically at 9:45. There's S&P Flash PMI at 9:45, and then there's ISM PMI data, manufacturing PMI data at 10. 10 o'clock one's definitely the bigger one, right? But they're both they both should influence markets to a certain extent, including the 10 a.m. one. So again, in four minutes or so, we got 3 minutes or so, we got the ISM data, and yeah, and then we got the 10 a.m. one, which is again the bigger report. We got Dallas Fed and construction spending data as well here. Look at the market rip. And again, if you want to day trade with me in futures, guys, this is me day trading futures. You can see I'm up 80 bucks today. 80 bucks. Again, there's GameStop and AMC are both halted on the downside, except for GameStop's not halted. I'm sorry. AMC now halted on the downside. AMC should resume at 42. So right now, AMC should resume. But if you want to day trade with me in futures, there's noticeably less risk in a funded account program than putting the money up yourself trying to day trade stocks. There's no PDT in futures. Patterns are very similar to blue chips. You can see I'm day trading this very similar way to day trading stocks. There's no PDT rule. They give you a demo, test your skill with a demo. If you could pass the test, they fund you. If you fail the test, you're only out what you pay for it. The base one right now is only about 25 bucks. You can get the 250K challenge, where if you pass it, you get 250K in funding with a 90% split. You can get that for $18 after tax. After tax, it's only 18 bucks, $16 before tax. There's the link. Check it out. Coupon code is BT. We got about 2 minutes left before ISM PMI data comes out. There's AMC's resumption. It's at 494s. Yeah, we are in. This is a 50K funded account on Apex. This one that you see here is a 50K funded account. Look at the NASDAQ rip, though. So the NASDAQ's flying up. AMC's back up over 5, though, so it's at 502s. Bros ignoring Warner Bros. Well, Warner Bros isn't really moving that much. There's AMC's resurgence. So look at AMC. It's back up to 510s. Tesla's trying. I'm in Tesla. Tesla looks good. Boeing. All right, so AMC's trying to get back up. All right, guys, we got less than a minute before ISM PMI data. I'm gonna put my futures contract up. So here's the QQQ price action. This is actually what the Q tracks, is the NASDAQ 100 futures contract. So again, watch the left side if you want to see what the market does to PMI data. Again, they're expected today at 50.9. Over 50 means an expansion in manufacturing. Below 50 means a contraction in manufacturing. So again, it's expected at 50.9. It drops in about 30 seconds. Let's see if it helps or hurts the market right now. All right, guys, here we go. 20 seconds. All right, here we go. 5 seconds. Really 2 seconds. All right, 51.3. 51.3 is what the manufacturing PMI data came in. 51.3, higher than expected, more expansion in manufacturing. I'm not sure what this is going to do to the market. I don't think this is a huge release. The big one's out in 15 minutes. But the first one, the regular manufacturing PMI came in at 51.3. Although the big one, chat, again, is the big one is ISM PMI, which is the Institute of Supply Management. But yeah, regular PMI came in at 51.3. GameStop breaking lows again, down to 3170s. It looks like the NASDAQ likes this data, so that's good. Depends on what you consider good. A lot of people aren't going to consider expansioning in manufacturing an optimistic thing right now with inflation fears and woes and problems, right? So a lot of people are going to consider an expansion in manufacturing worse right now because of inflation fears. Any economic growth is seen as a negative right now, I think, with a hawkish Fed, with interest rates high, and with inflation spiking. So the market liked this report. It's actually ripping up over highs. The NASDAQ just broke highs. Let me see, is this NVIDIA? NVIDIA's bouncing back some here. I'm using Trade-Evade, Andrea. So the one I have on my left side is Trade-Evade. But usually I'm a Rhythmic fan, but I've been using Trade-Evade lately. They've been having some glitches on Rhythmic. So again, this did move up. Yeah, maybe Van, maybe that's what it's moving on. I'm not sure. All right, guys, we got 12 minutes left. Dude, so there was this fight at UFC 302 in the stands. One guy went against three dudes, and he kind of beat him up too. It was the smaller guy too. The other dude was in his face talking all kind of smack, and this dude just kind of banged him up. All right, guys. Stocks are around highs. GameStop is looking weak, though. Tesla just cracked highs. NVIDIA's starting to move back up here. And we got 12 minutes before the big PMI data drops. No, I haven't, Blaze. Yeah, I've heard about that, Blaze, but I haven't tried it yet. Yeah, Makachev destroyed. I mean, he didn't destroy Dustin. Dustin kind of banged him up a little bit, but, bro, again, here's the mistake. Look, we'll talk about it in a second. Tesla just broke highs. GameStop's starting to rebound back up. But again, as somebody that trains here in the U.S., like, I train at one of the Gracie gyms too, but, you know, we do it wrong here. The Russians do it right. What I mean by that is, like, Russian Sambo is a combination of judo, jiu-jitsu, and wrestling, right? Like a reasonable combination of all three of those things. Like here in the U.S., if you want to learn judo, you got to go to a judo school. If you want to learn jiu-jitsu, like you got to go to a BJJ school. If you want to learn wrestling, you got to go, to a wrestling school or get a wrestling coach or whatever. The Russians, from a very young age, train their fighters in everything. They train them in Sambo, which is a combination of all of it. That's why you see Russians just destroy everybody else, is because they were smart and combined the three. Instead of acting like they're different disciplines, which they are, they just combined them all and they start training that from a very young age. Anyways, GameStop's bouncing back. It's at 33s. NASDAQ's now pulling back some here as well. AMC back over 5s. Yeah, if you use my link, you get the coupon. You get 90% off, Devin. Link is in the description. All right, so we're pulling back, but GameStop and AMC is bouncing back. right, dipping. GameStop back over 33s. AMC still over 5s. We got less than 10 minutes. Would you go watch Connor versus Chandler? I mean, I would. To be honest, though, I've never been a fan of going to the fights live. Like, if I can watch it and see it much better from my huge TV, then I'm going to watch it on my big TV and comfortably on my couch or in my bed and just hang out and watch it that way. If I want to watch it with somebody else, I'll invite friends over, you know? Like, I'm not going to spend hundreds of dollars to go get a worse view of the fights. You know, I never saw the point in that. Like, the views are much worse. You know, I need glasses. You know, I'm not going to be able to see the freaking fights if I go watch them live. All right, Tesla now breaking under the VWAP, under the 200 EMA, or under one of the EMAs. It's not the 200. GameStop is fighting back, though. Yeah, I saw something recently that said Jake Paul's IQ is about 88. You know, and that Logan Paul got 97 IQ. I don't know if it was accurate, though, but I read that somewhere. I don't know if it's true or not. Again, that's not high, you know, just to put the, you know, that's not a high IQ. All right, so look at this big dump here. All right, chat, PMI data drops in 8 minutes here. 8 minutes. Market turned. GameStop, AMC back up, though, so it's kind of like the market went red. GameStop and AMC went green, though. Also, guys, check out my other sponsor. My other sponsor is probably one of the last plugs. We try to keep all our plugs toward the end. We don't plug anything in the first few hours, so that's why we get a little bit more plugs towards the end of the stream. But one of my other sponsors is a company called Chart Prime. Trading View service you can use in stocks, crypto, forex, futures, anything with a symbol on Trading View, you can use it. I always try to teach people to back test this yourself and watch how like genuinely impressive this is, right? So like, look, here's Chart Prime. Number one, you can see triangles, flag patterns. Like, look at all this stuff. So again, let's just look at it. Buy signal here definitely worked. This is a 5-minute chart, so this is like a few hours of green action. Look at this sell signal, literally called the top. Huge dip. Buy signal here worked, definitely worked for hours. Strong sell signal, look at this, for days, bearish action. Buy signal here worked, strong sell signal there. Looks like we got some follow through, but we'll call that one wrong and say it didn't work. This one looks like it worked. 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 This one definitely worked. Literally called it way down here. Huge green action. Look at that sell signal followed by long time of drops. Buy signal there definitely worked. This one's probably wrong. This one definitely worked. Buy signal there. Huge bounce. So that's two that didn't work out of the last few days here. We started this here. Or no, maybe right here. I think we started it here. So 2 didn't work out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. Now, I can't guarantee all of these worked. You want to test it yourself. But 2 out of 15 is a pretty good percentage accuracy. I can't guarantee you're going to make money. They're a sponsor of mine. I was always kind of against software like this, but I was genuinely impressed when they sent me theirs. And that's just a small piece. There's oscillators, back testers, screeners. $40 a month. One good trade can help pay for it. And so if you want to check them out, they're a sponsor of mine as well. They're called Chart Prime. Here's the link. You get 40% off. No, these don't repaint. That's the song, David. All right. 5 minutes left, chat. We got about 5 minutes left. Yeah, everybody's talking about Caitlin Clark doing in the WNBA, bro. Honestly, bro, like, people are too biased in her favor. Like, listen, Caitlin Clark is good. She was good in college. But if she gets pushed around in the WNBA, that's kind of life. She's a rookie. That's what happens, man. People getting upset and so offended by it. It's just kind of like, come on now, guys. Like, y'all act like they should let her win just to bring attention to the WNBA. And that's dumb, man. You know, listen. Let her play how, you know, let her be a rookie. That's what happens to rookies. Let it happen, you know. If she's good, she'll get past it. All right, guys, we got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes. It isn't pushed around. It's cheap shots. Yeah, some of them might be cheap, but if the ref call, I mean, players are only going to get away with what they're allowed to get away with, right? And so if the ref didn't call it, then that's on them. It's not the player's fault. You can't knock somebody for being physical, you know. All right, Tesla, Nvidia, all bouncing back a little bit. GameStop consolidating downside, but the market's flushing down here. We got 5 minutes left. I'm going to buy this dip. So we're down. We got a nice little cushion on the day, but I want to give it time to work. I see a lot of blue chips bouncing back, so I'm going to add one contract to this and just take the risk. Ugh, worst case scenario there for me. Maybe people are getting ready for PMI. So we gave back all the gains we made on Friday. We made this money on Friday, but now we just gave it back. Ugh. Unfortunate. It's all right. Like I said, we made about that on Friday, so we're kind of flat over the last 2 days. But man, just unlucky. I'm going to put the SPY up on the right side. Maybe not unlucky, maybe just a bad trade, but you know, we'll be all right. We'll live. Huge retracement though, back up. See if it we'll see if it drags everything back. Yeah, I got a lot of people talking about the Caitlin Clark stuff. I mean, listen, I get it. I get being upset. A lot of people followed her in college and went to the pros, and then now she's kind of not doing as great as they thought. But again, I don't think it matters that much. I think if she can play, she can play, and the cheap shots aren't going to last, you know. So I think it depends. All right, we got 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes. Here's the SPY on the right. A lot of breakdowns, consolidation now. All right, so we're catching the bounce on the in the futures market. So we just made about 260. Came all the way back, so we just made about $700 on that trade. Somehow we're up. All right, guys, we got 2 minutes here. Chat, 2 minutes. Let me put this back. Check Berkshire. Is Berkshire down or up? She's doing great. Let me clarify. She's doing great. But she's not the greatest player in the league right now, like they said, you know. And again, you guys got to understand my bias. I'm an LSU fan. I'm an Angel Reese fan. So, like, you know, Caitlin's good. But, you know, that's my bias. Go Tigers, you know. We got 1.5 minutes left, chat. 1.5 minutes left. Let's see what the data shows up at. ISM PMI data coming out. Oh, I definitely don't know anything about the WNBA. I legit know nothing. I'm just an LSU fan that somehow is watching WNBA games. All right, guys, we got 1 minute left. Yeah, people are talking about Burke. What's the symbol of Burke on TOS? I can't find it. Isn't it a slash? There it is. Class A, Class B. Yeah, Burke is down. All right, guys, we got 30 seconds left. Ooh, is this a split? Berkshire Class A shares. Yeah, I see what you guys mean for Burke. NetJets launches a sold on elected pilot union official. Yeah, I don't know what's the root cause of this though. All right, guys, here's the data. Here's the data release, and there it goes. So again, expected data is 49.8. ISM data just showed up right now at 48.7, lower than expected ISM manufacturing data, and the SPY likes it. The SPY is back up to 529s on lower than expected manufacturing data. Lower than expected manufacturing. ISM PMI came in at 48.7 versus roughly 50 expected here. So again, ISM data showed up lower than expected, and the market likes it. It's bouncing up a little bit on this data release. Yeah, it could be a split. Again, here's the report. Yeah. So again, there's the release, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. It's been a fun day, but I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Tomorrow, Jolt's report goes live. Again, if you want to day trade with me, somehow we ended up making money on a really volatile day. Shout out to Chart Prime, definitely helped me some. But we are up 265 in futures if you want to day trade futures with me. Remember, today's the last day to get the 90% off Apex and to get the $250,000 challenge for only 18 bucks. Today is the last day. You can find the link in the description and use coupon code BT if you want it. Check it out. Y'all be good. Always remember, I am terrible. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Somehow I ended up making money today. I don't know how. I'm green in equities too. Yeah, we're green in equities right now. We'll see if GameStop and AMC can bounce back. Kind of a flat day. I don't think there's much edge today, chat. I just don't think there's a lot of edge. Yeah. Again, I just don't think there's a lot of edge today. I think it's kind of flat, sideways, neutral. Y'all be safe. Love you all. Y'all have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, PMI was neutral. Initially, the market reacted positively, and now we're back down. So PMI is kind of flat today. Not anything crazy going on. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here. Y'all be good. Love you all. Have a great day. See you guys.